can't say nothing because they be on some anal stuff. So like, and you see people coming, they see the VR because they got a VR demo, and yo, they be going nuts over that VR demo, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're going nuts over that VR demo, and people is picking up the PS4, the 199, it got 1 terabyte. And you look at that Xbox One S, and it got like 500 gigs. That's not even really a deal. By the time you use up the console, it's gonna be like maxed out like after like 5 games. It's ridiculous.
They playing third-party games, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That stays right there. There's nothing. I'm playing the same
we're
games
live,
they're
but
playing.
we're live, but keep going. It's working.
Are we live?
Yo, what's good, homies?
What's up, Jacob, Royal? I see y'all. So,
But keep on with the small talk, so that way as the room fills up and shit.
My boy all day. What's good, man?
Shit, I'm sick to the motherfucker, but you know I still get it cracking. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're getting that infection from Xbox, bro. Man. Back on that PlayStation, man. You need the cure, dog.
Oh,
I heard that flu was going on.
My son all day been on that PlayStation hard. The last few days.
Yeah, I've been playing. I beat Horizon last night.
Oh, nice.
Word.
Now we got to get down with that DLC.
as you should.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it tonight. I'm like three trophies away from platinum and that shit.
Nice.
Have it on sale or something?
$20 right now. $20. You can pick that thing up.
I told you I had a special.
They got some
against that
games.
fucking game, man.
I
told you, man. My last game, I put like 80 hours in that motherfucker. Save file corrupted. I was about to throw my PlayStation out the fucking window. Swear to God.
Yo, you know what was funny about that? Remember PUERTOROCK? I was telling
What
you,
up,
I couldn't
502?
find my damn save file for the game.
Yeah.
It was literally on my other PlayStation, fam.
Damn.
Like my other PlayStation didn't sync with the cloud, and I had that. And what I noticed is my Yakuza save wasn't there either because I had started playing Yakuza a long time ago. And then I looked, I'm like, damn, why am I starting all over again? But it was on my other PlayStation, fam.
Yeah, that happened to me too. Had to play that joint all over again.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, man. Whoever won the game share, man, I'm up for candidates, man. Applications apply now.
Hey, yo, all day, man. I listen to that podcast.
Oh, you heard this?
So what came up?
Yo,
That was foul.
Yo, when I
bro.
heard that I died, I'm like, yo, this dude barely gave you. He didn't even let you talk.
hey,
Dude, you know, I mean, when people, you smell that? It's defeat. You can smell it. You know what I mean? You can smell
They
it.
can't let you get a syllable win. They gotta talk over you in 5 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. He was hot. He was mad, bro. But you know, I kill K-Mega constantly. And it's kind of like, it's kind of part of like an everyday chore around these parts. You know what I mean? It's like you get up in the morning, brush your teeth. You get up in the morning, you shoot him in the head. Same thing. You know what I mean? He's still my boy, though, but
it's
I
kind
gotta
of crazy when you can't take the truth, though. Like, I mean, honestly, if somebody told me something about PlayStation and it was true, bro, I wouldn't even argue the shit, dog. Like, I'm not gonna sit up there and try to defend it. Like, if you tell me, yo, my PlayStation sound like a jet engine, fam, you know what? You right, fam. You right.
yeah, save energy.
Something
You know, no reason. Some people just like to argue for the sake of arguing, though, man.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? And him, shit. Man,
you gotta learn to have better arguments though. Sometimes.
Yeah,
we getting a few comments. A lot of people trading in their Xbox One X and getting that VR. Starting a movement. Starting a movement.
Hey, you saw what I wanted for Christmas, and niggas was coming at me all types of ways.
Wow.
When I posted that, did you see it?
Oh, what happened?
Oh man, you didn't see it?
I missed out. What happened?
They was like, I was like, yeah, my Christmas list, PlayStation VR. That's it. They was like, oh, so I guess you want garbage. I was like, what?
Right.
And then another dude was like, yeah, too bad. What did he say? Something about some dirty deeds. Too bad you're picking a dirty one or some shit. I'm like, oh man, come on, bro. He's like, you picking a Walmart version of VR. I'm like, man,
Jesus Christ, bro. They're hating, bro.
I was like, come on, bro. I want a new experience. I can't.
You know what's funny?
In front of your mouth.
You know what's funny? Xbox has nothing to do with VR, so mind your business.
Right.
Yeah, he
Wait,
didn't.
hold
He's
on.
not even part of it.
When they
Compatible
thought
with,
they was gonna
Oculus
get
Rift
that,
and everything.
when they thought they was gonna get that VR, you know they was turning around hyping it.
Yeah.
Listen, they were late to 4K gaming. They're gonna be late to the VR gaming. You heard?
Yeah,
because they agree with everything Phil do.
Right.
Come on now.
Yo,
Hey,
well,
but like I said before, the games. I mean, I've noticed some games that don't have patches are running at 60 frames and with no patch. So there's some little surprises in there, man. I've noticed a little bit, not a lot, but I've noticed a few games.
Ain't that The Witcher 3 when you put the disc in?
Yeah.
I played The Witcher.
160,
Well, I didn't try that one. I tried some other smaller titles, and they running out a lot better. You know, so that's good, man.
There was a video I watched the other day, and the dude was like comparing the S to the X, and he's like,
yeah, it's packed, bro.
He's saying like, you're not gonna notice the 4K visuals. Like most of these games go so fast paced that when you're playing, you're not really worried about the environment. You're worried about getting your kills and your
I can feel that, but
your stuff together.
Go play Shadow War, bro. That's all you got to do.
Shadow
see
War?
that we played on that. Yeah, that shit is fire, bro.
But most of these cats don't even got 4K TVs on some real stuff. So
right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Hey, yo, that was dude's argument last year when the Pro came out. It was like, why, Sony, are you doing this? Gamers don't need this. What's going to improve the gameplay? We don't need resolution. Look what they doing now, man.
Separating the fan base, J-Bar. You remember that one? Oh,
yeah, I remember.
It's over for
that's true too.
Oh my God, they're splitting the fan base. Now they're begging Microsoft to split the fan base. They're begging Microsoft to do away with the One S. I'm like, fam, what are you talking about?
Dudes bashing people that still got the One X now. I'm like, oh, you're the Xbox peasants.
Remember, these are saying dudes that want to do crossplay. Like, why you want to play with PlayStation guys so bad?
Man, like I said before, even if there was crossplay, bro, you're not gonna be talking to motherfuckers in a party if that's what you think.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're gonna be playing against somebody you don't even know.
Pretty much in this already. The only reason they want crossplay, because you know, like they have these like irreputable like websites that have like these stupid statistics where they go, "Oh, Xbox dudes beat PlayStation dudes."
Right.
Now, that's all they want. They want stuff like that to say, "Oh, we're better at shooters than PlayStation guys,"
and that's all wrong because I played a whole bunch of guys and I've been killing them crazy. I always come number one on the list on Call of Duty.
That's the same job we telling them all. That's why in Bang Bang, yo, I try to set up like gaming nights in Titanfall, and them dudes was all running. I'm like, yo, I'm a pony. You're supposed to destroy me. I was cooking them.
Aren't you more curious?
What's going to happen with the whole PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? It's going to be the same thing. They're going to get slapped.
Players Unknown Beta Grounds? It's a beta.
Oh. Yeah,
it's a beta.
Ryan could appreciate this. I'll be playing the Rocket League. Yo, I played the Rocket League with the Xbox cast. Yo, it was like easy mode against them cats, man. They didn't know what the hell they was doing. Straight trash. I'm telling you.
That's the way I feel when I played on Steam playing against PS4. I'm like, this is garbage.
Well, and I can tell everybody right now, they want access to the same things that Sony has. It's just they didn't have it, so they were using it as a slam card. Now, dynamic 4K is okay. Check them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hypocrites all.
I feel like this whole generation they've been 2 steps behind Sony. The whole generation, bro.
Especially with the games, they 3 steps behind.
Right there, Phil.
Following what
I don't know at what point Sony started marketing this shit, because if you ask me, I'd be like, damn, I feel like Microsoft did a better job at marketing their console. However, I'm looking and the numbers is saying something totally different. So it's something else going on that I'm not seeing, because I don't know about y'all, but I rarely see PlayStation ads, bro.
I see PlayStation ads all over.
You know when they say the work is so good it sells for itself?
Yeah,
that's what Sony's doing. Yeah,
I was seeing that Mark. What you call that? Walking Dead. Some of them.
Yeah, and the Walking Dead. You're right.
I see it a lot during like the DC shows on CW during the Flash.
Okay.
Yeah, I be seeing that shit all the time.
I mean, maybe not the first.
Even I be getting sick of it. I'm like, God damn! Like, can we keep this shit moving?
Yeah, now it's crazy. You see it in every commercial.
Let's face it, guys. The Xbox basically get marketed during the NFL games, and they advertise like, Madden or the Surface tablets. Other than that, man, you rarely see it.
That's true. But you also got to think about it this way too. They be backing a lot of the wrong third-party games too, like Evolve and all that other stuff too.
Real talk though. For the first time in this generation, I've seen more Xbox commercials now on Hulu, YouTube than I ever have before.
Okay. But see, but they get behind the wrong things. I don't know how it is that PlayStation just for whatever reason, be picking most of the right things. Don't get me wrong, they got it right with like Shadow of War and like Assassin's Creed, but you know, some of these other ones, they was doing real bad work, like going after the games that they knew would do better, like on PlayStation. Like, come on, The Witcher,
because
you
they
know
didn't
it's gonna do
outsource.
better on PlayStation.
They didn't outsource their marketing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Well,
and that's
personally,
Let me do a shout out, man. My man Lionel Bolgan, my man, you know, King Pony up in the chat. He said, nah, 3 steps. Xbox 3 years behind, according to Phil Spencer.
That's true. He's right, though. He's right. I forgot about that.
He made a trip to Japan in 2016.
Phil Spencer said, yo, Phil Spencer just recently said, oh, now we working on first party. And I'm like, now?
Wait, hold on.
I'm looking at my watch now.
Y'all know I've been putting out there on Twitter.
2022.
Hold on. Y'all know I've been putting out on Twitter where he said the same thing in 2014.
Yeah.
He said the same thing. He said, listen, we got unannounced studios doing things. That was April 4th, 2014.
Right. It's a fact.
They were,
the crazy thing is, bro, when I sit back and I
you know what I mean? So
I
I mean, like if that was true then, you should be having something about 2017, 2018 ready to go.
I've been telling people Phil Spencer full of shit. He just sell people.
I mean, no, I think he's good. I think he's good. He's better than Don Matrick when it comes to the games. He ain't as good on the marketing. I think Don Matrick was better on the marketing. But the point is, these dudes just think as soon as he says something, might as well sell my house.
Golden.
My house.
Yeah.
All my money
Just now seeing
like, what are y'all doing?
Hey, real
that
shit.
doesn't mean the games are coming out next year or the year after. They could be coming out when the PS5 launch. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I said a few times. Yeah.
When I'm
true. But I mean, in 2014, when you say that, you can't be talking about like 2020.
Yeah. When I'm sitting back with my straw hat and my pina colada. Bro,
that's all I'm saying. If
like,
you said back in 2014, had he never said anything before, and then he said it the first time in 2017, okay, fine, 3-4 years. When you say in 2014, that stuff better be coming 2017, 2018.
Which makes you believe that this console generation is going to be a lot longer.
And so, like I said, I just said it in the same tweet. I was like, listen, you believe him if you want to. He gonna have to show me now. I'm tired of him saying that he got something for first party.
Yo, here's the thing. Real quick, after Shannon Lawless compared break to Halo and Gears, I said I'm done. I'm not waiting for shit. I don't need to wait.
I don't even think these people are playing their games.
Her mind is all fucked up. Like, yo, in her mind, she probably thinks it's okay not to release Halo in 2018 because they got Sea of Thieves. In her mind, it's like you can't. She look at the leader you got in publishing. Her mind is all jacked up. So I'm like, I'm not waiting for anything because there's nothing to wait for. That company's all screwed up and they don't realize it. No, so you gotta
another thing too, PUERTOROCK. You gotta realize that Ori and the Blind Forest, they announced that at E3. That's probably not coming out to 2019.
Well, we'll see about that. But remember, Shannon Loftus, to go back to what you said, she came from the Connect world, so she into them little Disney games and whatnot. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, that's cool for the kids and whatnot. But you know, gamers have been mature. We ain't in 1985 through 1990 when we was all 5 and 10 years old. You know what I mean? We getting in our 30s and so forth. So you can't just use that as your games.
You gotta satisfy both demographics, man.
Right.
Yo, man.
I got you. Fam, who greenlighted Disney Rush though?
Hey, bro,
like, it is young kids playing the Xbox.
When I sit back and I think, and I'm just
greenlight that Jurassic Park game.
When I'm with my straw hat.
That's a multi-class.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, I feel like Microsoft is so.
You would think it's exclusive the way they advertise it with the controllers.
I feel like they so.
What you saying, all day?
Man. I feel like they're so confused, man. Like, I feel confused looking at them.
Yeah,
you making my head hurt, and I'm at home.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, guys. The fan base, the Xbox fan base, it's like they are accepting of anything Microsoft, anything Shannon Lawless,
because they ain't got nothing.
Anything Microsoft, anything Phil tell them, they just accept it. Even though they say, you know, they were like, hey, exclusives don't really matter anymore. And then they just go on this rampage. Guess what? Exclusives don't matter. They just accept it. Right. I've been like, what the fuck?
They're still doing videos on exclusives.
That's true.
Like, everything Phil say he's right. Like, they don't have a money they own or nothing.
No, when you lose it, when you're in last place, you don't call the shots. You don't predict anything about the industry. And that's where Microsoft has went wrong. They're trying to lead from behind.
That's true.
Like, who does that?
That's a good point.
That's true.
What about the bigger question? Everybody was waving the victory flag. 80,000 units in UK. Where them US sales at?
They ain't gonna release them.
Hey,
They're gonna tell us how many. They're gonna tell us how many buttons they pushed together.
Right. They got more controllers than exclusives, man. Come on.
That dude, Aaron Greenberg's a lie. He told me, "Oh, the U.S. sales was much better." Where they at though?
No numbers, no facts.
Hold up, let me tell you something. Right, the Xbox One X right now is trending at 37 on Amazon's bestseller.
PS4
37. Right now, I want you to pay. There's no way you're gonna tell me that this console they hyping to be the winner of MPD cannot even be in the top 10.
What is that? What's the S sitting at right now?
What?
The S?
The S? 38.
Oh my God! Rest in peace, Microsoft. Listen, it's been real. You know what I'm saying?
R is at 27, bro. Like, at what point did these guys thought Xbox was going to win MPD, bro?
That just shows.
Hold on, I want to see if Microsoft actually put out numbers. That's what I want.
They're not
we know they're not.
My whole thing. What was the strategy of putting out UK's numbers? Like, I don't understand that.
I don't know what I don't know. It's just bugging out.
That's what I don't get. You can come out the UK numbers,
and then here's the thing: it took 5 days for that to happen, and it wasn't even sold out. And then they try to say, "Yo, it's like the Switch." I'm like, nah. No, the Switch did 80K in 2 days.
Yeah, Switch.
It's not sold out. They still got the Scorpio editions on the shelves. What do you?
Yeah, they sell them on eBay,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, Switch couldn't sell no more. It could only do 80K.
People were dogging the Switch, and when I bought the Switch day one, and I explained to people Nintendo got a hit, they didn't believe me. Now that they see them numbers coming up, now they believe the Switch is that shit. Like, I'm telling you, the Switch is up on the rise, man.
I was on the phone with Alex the whole time. He was kind of like pumping me up, put a battery in my back when I was getting the Switch. Like, yeah, dog, you better get that hot.
I'm telling you.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about the whole UK sale things? The fact that Xbox One X did 80,000 in 5 days, right? And they try to compare, they try to bash PS4 Pro. You know, it did 50,000 in 3 days, but they forgot this huge factor that PS4 Pro had a huge shortage in UK, where there's dudes that was hitting me up on Twitter was like, yeah, I ain't get mine until like April after I ordered it, like back in November or whatever.
Sony didn't think it was gonna really do that well.
Yeah, the allotment was sparse as hell.
The article said that. That's the funny part. Like the same article they're using said it. It was due to short inventory.
Well, let me put some statistics out there for you. Let me put some facts out there for you. No matter what they want to say, in the US, we're not even talking about the UK or Japan, PlayStation is still number one.
King.
Hell yeah.
Now hold on. But this is some more interesting stuff that right behind it at number 2 is PlayStation Plus. Oh, that dog shit network.
Yeah.
Shit network.
You're getting a better bang for your buck. Go ahead.
But here's another one. Right behind that is $20 PlayStation card. So not only are they buying the system, but they're buying PlayStation Plus to go with it, and they're getting digital cards to buy digital games once they finally get the console.
Preach.
Man. I mean, you think about it, it makes sense. You're gonna spend $500 on a console that isn't coming with any games, or you're gonna buy a $200 console, get your online, get some games, and it'll still come out under $500.
Which is why we can't really factor that attach rate nonsense no more, since people is buying their games digitally. They go into the store, buy the game, the console, come home, they buying PSN cards and they buying digital games. So how can we really factor that attach rate in anymore?
But how they say it? Oh, Sony shipped 70-something thousand. It's because they know that 70-something that number they did ship is gonna be gone. It's already gone. Amazon has already sold out.
Yeah. Now they only have the third party $249 PlayStations.
Come on.
Yeah, it's sold out, huh?
And they're gonna get more.
Yeah, the third party dudes is gonna.
No, when I told
$199 is still available.
I've been saying this since last year. If they price the at the time was the Scorpio. If that shit comes out $500, only the extreme hardcore and Xbox dudes are gonna get this, and enthusiasts and them shoppers that have to buy shit just because it's there.
The tech head.
But that's not a big tech head.
Yep.
And maybe a couple of impulse buyers.
Right.
But that's it. That's not the main market in November.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's not why people wait. People don't wait for Black Friday to buy the most expensive product. They go because they want the best deals.
Right.
And when you got a console that's been hyped up all year long, and the Xbox One S has been treated like trash because right from the gate, this year started with a cancellation. That was how 2017 started. Right. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Scalebound canceled, and then Crackdown delayed. The fucking big AAA is Halo Wars 2. The Xbox One has nothing but bad fucking news this entire year. There ain't a lot of people be like, "Oh, I gotta get me that One S." Even the damn podcasts aren't even talking about the One S
because they can't market it. They can't market the S.
That's
the problem.
You know what's funny about this whole situation though? Even if you call it out, like you do a video, let's say you do PlayStation, let's say you do news for all 3 consoles, right? PC included, and you do the news. Like even if you do news on this right now, you'll be considered a pony, and you don't, you know what I'm saying? And you don't go that route. It's just funny. There's more Xbox like bad news out there than there is anything good. People fail to realize that. They fail to realize it. Nothing's changing.
Listen, if I sat here and told you, because I stood out there online at the flagship store when the X did come out, when I say this fake marketing they were doing out there, like bribing people, say something good, how much better it is than the Pro. We'll give you a year worth of Game Pass. Just say something nice. I kid you not. I swear to my son. They just sat there the whole time getting people in front of cameras to say lies. Then they lied even more and said everybody on that line was buying an Xbox One X. You know how many people bought the Xbox One X? 20 people out of that whole line. And the reason why all the people were out there was because Microsoft said in the email, come over. You don't have to spend no money. We're going to be giving you guys a bunch of stuff. You know what the bunch of stuff was? An Xbox t-shirt, a wristband, and some controllers. So everybody there,
straight publicity stunt.
Publicity stunt,
dog. They told
publicity stunt.
Microsoft never said 4K 60, but I'm like, okay, then why did they have 4K 60 on their shirt?
Oh wait, no, they said no compromises. Remember?
Yeah, no compromises.
That's what I remember.
4K. We gave it to
no compromises. Like really?
Yeah, the console is a compromise itself. So that's
when Shorty came on the E3's floor. It was like the highest frame rate. The best.
No, she didn't say that. The highest frame rates. I'm like, oh shit, man. Like, I'm not getting involved in this. You know, like I said, earlier I did my little rant, and we're gonna talk about it later on. But this Xbox One platform is a basic bitch. That's what I'm gonna call it. No, I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm gonna call it. It's average. It's average.
You're right. Now I agree with you on that one.
It ain't nothing spectacular. It's an average console. If this is the only console you own, it's good. You got all these great multi-plats, and you got like one exclusive a year. Whatever, it's cool. Okay. But if you own another platform and you gamed on this platform and you played everything, this console's not going to change your mind.
You're right.
It's a basic console. It's a basic bitch. Now she has her $500 mascara. No. It's a basic bitch.
Got the $500 makeup.
Yeah.
Yo, and when
the basic chick you said the Red Lobster. Shit to that.
This is the greatest. Take the sizzler and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something I don't like because it just happened to me today on Xbox. Okay, so I don't like how everything is tied to like a credit card. Like I don't particularly like putting credit card on much of anything. So I don't have it on PlayStation. I don't have an Xbox. But I never do that. I mean, I'm the guy who goes out and buy like Visa gift cards just to shop online. That's just me. But the problem is, like, you know, the Xbox games with gold or whatever, I can't get none of the 360 games because I gotta have a credit card online to get them. And so today I tried to get that $1. You know what's that $1 for the Game Pass? Yeah. And I was like, all right, that's cool. I'm gonna get that, right? Because I must have like bought some of I think it was like when I bought Quantum Break or whatever, when it had one of the $30 deals or whatever, and I had like something left over. I must have got $40 or something, and I had some left over. So I had about $5 left over. I'm like, all right, let me get that $1, right? Nope, you got to sign up with your credit card in order to get the $1, or else, you know what I'm saying, you can't get it. And it's like, but I just want the 1 month.
Hey, look,
I got another super chat. My man Lionel again. He said, nah, PUERTOROCK, the Xbox ain't even a good side bitch. Best side bitch is PC and Switch. Facts.
Damn.
Wait.
My man be Lionel be murdering dudes from the chat.
But
Hey.
he right on the skid. I'm not huge on PC, but he right on that Switch though. I'll be looking at that sideways like,
Yeah, that shit fire. Hey, but look,
oh,
hey, look, check this out. I remember the other day I fucking tried to buy. Well, Microsoft gave us $5, right? It's like
that's yes.
right. So I'm like, cool. I'm about to buy me a little indie or buy me a little game or just take something off, right?
Yeah.
Tell me why when I went to go to checkout, bro,
Uh-huh.
an error message popped up and said you cannot use your Microsoft balance for this game. I was like,
Why they say that?
Why did it say that?
Wow.
dude, I was trying to buy. Matter of fact, I was trying to buy Metal Gear Rising.
But wait,
You know what I mean?
you ain't talked to Xbox support?
You just can't.
Oh,
you
the best
can't-
support in the world. The best support in
You
the world.
can't use it. No, I looked it up. You can't.
So what's
use
it for?
I had to buy something in store that wasn't back. It doesn't work for backwards compatible games.
Yeah, you can't combine two. You can't.
You
combine,
can
like,
on a
two
regular
deals.
game.
5 billion though.
But wait, not for backwards compatibility though.
No,
because they
That's
still
what I
got to pay the
understand. So they counting
developers.
this backwards compatibility, but you got a problem with that. I can't get the damn games. Why they promoting this when they say there's so many restrictions to getting the damn things?
Well, they still got to pay the developers, and technically it would be them.
Yeah, but it's the
paying
money's the
everything
money
out
no
of their
matter
part
what.
of it.
The
I mean,
money's
I
the
get what you're
money no matter
saying, but nah, it's pretty much a credit from them.
Really, yeah, it's like GameStop. If you look at GameStop, they want you to buy the used games with the credit.
Yeah.
They want to give you back credit. They don't want to use the cash. That's
Yeah.
why they'll give you so much more trading.
No, I get
value.
that. I get that because they want you to keep spending with them. But like my man right there got the $5. What difference does it make? The $5 is the $5.
I don't know.
That's
You know what I mean? $5 ain't no difference.
Yeah. Well, you know they want them credit cards. You know they want that recurring charge. They
See,
don't
that's
want,
that's
they
what
want
I
you to
don't
just
like
hit that
about it.
one
That's
time,
what I
you
don't
know?
like about it. Like they
Yeah.
try to keep trying to get you, and they hope that he ain't gonna check next month.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I was a day one adopter of the Xbox One X, and for what it's worth, man, people were saying that the Xbox One X it felt like a premium product, and I'm like, fam, you talking about because of that heavy ass heat sink on the inside of it? Because that bitch feel like a brick. It's a premium product because that's the only thing premium about that bitch. It really looked like a PS2 if you look at it. The way that they got the CD drive and how it hangs over the how the top hangs over the bottom portion of it.
Oh,
if you put it next to a PS2, it looks exactly like a PS2.
Oh yeah, the design of that console. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, they want to be Sony so bad, bro. How about this? The bigger question is why when I install games, the minute you put your disc in the console, on the PlayStation it's super fast. On the Xbox, it takes me 45 minutes to have a game installed on the hard
Yeah,
drive.
well, both of them got their
that's
problems
true.
with that though. That's because the install is the problem on there, and then the download is slow on the PlayStation.
It's terrible on the PlayStation,
I
bro.
noticed that.
It's terrible.
I don't got that problem because I got
No?
300 meg.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't got that problem.
Yeah, it's
That
I'll
download
say this.
problem.
My thing, my Xbox downloads faster than the PS4, and I mean I did everything, and it just does naturally. But the install,
Yes,
nah,
install slow.
Yo,
as hell.
Xbox
Right.
installation is like it's like trying to install Windows 95, bro.
Listen, it makes you not even want to
Man,
the
that's
game,
messed
y'all.
up.
Yo, I was like, I had the opposite effect when I had Xbox because this time I buy everything digital PlayStation, digital Switch, digital Xbox, and I remote download. So times when I will come back home and it will still be downloaded. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Why is this?
Really? Okay.
It's horrible.
Yep.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the drive itself or the hard drive. It's terrible.
Yeah, for the
And it's
most
even
part.
like that on the X. It's not even like just the S. No, it's on
It's
the
slow?
X. Slow, bro. I'm telling you.
The install?
The install is slow, bro. I'm telling you, it made me think like, Jesus.
Yo,
Christ.
I would dread buying a physical disc on Xbox, bro. I would dread it.
Even
Yeah.
the download. I re-downloaded my
don't
Halo
get-
Master Chief Collection. That thing took 10 years.
Yeah,
that thing is
Facts.
huge.
12 gigs of RAM is doing sauce.
So all right, so let me get this. Hey, everybody, I hope everybody enjoyed this little start. I think I'm gonna start it is. Just let it flow naturally. You saw how everybody got along, got the chat into it. But welcome to another episode of 60 Frames No Lag podcast, the realest podcast on a Wednesday.
I'm gonna just shoot down today. We got Alex, we got All Day, we got Craig, we got Jay Barry, we got Kratos the God, we got Ryan, Sekuma, Super Jamaican man, Rastafari, right? And we got YoungSoul. We got the whole crew here, and we're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna start it off with the first topic. Yo, I'm gonna cause a little trouble. Did Sony realize they fucked up and now they have to update GT Sport with single player content? Kratos, you a big dude. Let me know, Kratos. What we doing here?
I think
Yo, Kratos didn't expect that. He's like, shit.
I'll wait for that one.
you caught me off guard, man. You caught me off guard. Now, what they
Here's how
did,
you answer. Good.
they decided to reach out to the casuals. So they say, look, we'll throw you a bone, casuals. Here you go. You were crying about your single player. You were crying about the always online. Bam, here you go. Take that and be done with it.
The beauty of the internet, right? Get a little patch.
But do you agree with it? Do you think Sony did the right move? Or you
catering to the fan base?
No, of course.
I'm the right thing. Will always be the right move.
I'm a you know what happened? Yoshida saw the MPD. He like Forza 7 did what? Get the fuck out of here. Yo, put that goddamn single play in that shit right now.
Polyphony Digital on the phone right now. Right now.
I saw the MPD in October. He like, for what? We what?
So you trying to say he was Disney? You trying to say Yoshida was Disney?
Yo, my man came in like Disney. He's like, my man went straight to Polyphony Digital. I want single player in it on the 27th now. But we said for Grand Theft Auto on the job, huh? Yo, Kazuki's like, yo, we waiting for Grand Theft 7. So fuck Grand Theft Auto. I mean Gran Turismo 7. Put that shit in now. Did you not see MPD?
Are you not entertained?
You know what's so funny? After they announced that too, I started looking on like the best sellers for these things, and that shit did shoot up. It did shoot up. So
well, but yeah, it's good.
Apparently, it did make a difference.
It was a little late because he should have put it in there, but I mean, it was good that they did it though.
Gran Turismo got legs though, so that's a good thing that they did that. There's a lot of people who still don't really utilize the online on the PS4s, and a lot of them is like Gran Turismo players because of the single career mode. So this is a good move.
Yeah. So right here from the patch notes, it says, in addition to new cars, when the patch drops November 27, you can also look forward to the livery editor, escapes, and campaign modes becoming available to play offline. You'll still require internet access to save your progress. There will also be various tweaks and adjustments to the balanced gameplay. And then GT League coming December 2017. Launching as part of our free December update, we'll be introducing a brand new single-player mode called GT League based on the old GT mode of previous titles. Players can now look forward to racing through a series of cup competitions from beginner to pro levels and even partake in endurance races. So they're doing it. It's a complete game. And you know what? I agree with this, man. Listen, I understand what Sony tried to do, but there is this game is a 15 million, like a 10-15 million selling game. When you sell that much, you have to know you got casuals. You don't got 15 million hardcore GT players. You got shitloads of casuals. You know,
I agree.
You have, I mean, an insane. I mean, you know, and a lot of these casuals play these games because they're driving cars they will never ever be able to drive in real life. I guess that's the thrill of a lot of these games. You know,
got a well-deserved smack back to reality.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
He got the Batman car, the car that Batman has in Justice League. That's available in that.
No, that was designed for
Gran Turismo. Yeah.
And then put into the movie.
Right, and then put into the movie. Right.
Keep in mind, like PUERTOROCK said, notice how quickly they were able to implement this. That means that I personally think that this was always going to come. It just set a fire under their ass to hurry up and go ahead and do it, because a lot of this stuff, it's not just a small patch, guys.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, he don't do it over 24 hours. You're right.
Exactly.
But that's stupid though, because all they had to do was delay it, and you're gonna get a way better reception.
They can't, bro.
They can't delay. They already delayed it for 2 years.
Yeah.
But now it's out there.
I think.
Hold on. But it's not about not delaying it because it's been delayed before. But you don't want to delay it to go into November with a lot of other big games. Their intent was to get it out.
Gran Turismo? Are you kidding me? No matter when it comes out, it's gonna have legs. So it's not like
that's true, but you do want to get that first bump. You know what I mean? Where like nobody, there's no other major games being talked about or whatever right off that bat. You want to get that
First
initial push.
impressions
And
are
the initial push
everlasting, bro.
was not there.
First impressions is everlasting, so it really didn't get positive press when it came out. It's going to be really hard for them to get the message across now that it got all this content coming.
Oh, so Xbox One X is fucked then.
I'm gonna tell you where Sony fucked up though. I'm gonna end this one, right? It's okay if they would have launched it the way they launched, but they should have been like, "Hey, we're launching it with this. This is not an online only game. The single player content is arriving in December." Remember, Grand Theft Auto did the same shit with 5. They didn't have the multiplayer at launch. It was just the single player. The multiplayer didn't come out till like 2 or 3 months later. Yeah, but they let them know. Listen, we're launching single player only. You're gonna get the free online update for free automatically. It's gonna happen. So nobody's not Grand Theft Auto.
But people would have complained. Well, you're releasing a half-ass game. You know,
not on PlayStation. We not. If they would have told them, listen, you're getting the game in November. In December, you're getting the full single player experience, and it's free, and you're getting this and that. No one would have had it.
That would have been acceptable because that would have been their first impression, and everybody would have known that.
But they advertised it as online only.
Yeah,
and that was a mistake.
It was kind of advertised that way.
Nah, they didn't advertise it online only. Motherfuckers just don't like to read and redo that.
Exactly.
Because they came out with like about 3 videos before this game even came out, explaining the single player content, explaining everything going down.
Yeah, but it's the media. It's the media who goes across and basically tells you it is online only. A lot of people rely on the media to go get their facts.
I'm gonna be real, J Bar. Like, you know me, I ain't watching no goddamn Gran Turismo video.
Yeah, because
but what I read from the reviews. The reviews never said at any point that more content was coming, that this is just the initial build. They never presented that way. So either Sony didn't do a good job telling the reviewers like, hey, more content is coming, so don't blast the game for just being this. It's not going to be this. We're going to get it. But none of them said anything.
They definitely promised more content, but I think people just missed the whole concept of what sports is. Sports is like a more social hub kind of area where
but you can't do it like that because some people just want to not play it online. Some people want to know they got a media.
That's the game. That's the game. That's like saying Overwatch shouldn't be the way Overwatch is. It should be.
But Gran Turismo is not a new IP. I would agree.
Yeah,
a new IP.
Yeah, but this is not a main Gran Turismo.
Nah, we're not playing that. We're not doing that.
Don't know that. Casual don't know that.
It's not about.
Hold up, Jay, you're my brother, bro. You are my brother. I am a big fan of your channel. All right.
Hold the line, Big Warrior.
But this is the only Grand Theft Auto. I mean, Gran Turismo you might get for the entire gen.
You ain't getting no.
So you ain't getting no 7X. I can understand if this was like Forza and this game came out every 2 to 3 years. This might be the only Gran Turismo until the PlayStation 5. So we cannot say this is an offshoot.
It's not about just you can't say that. That's what it is. That's the fact. It's not.
No, you're right.
Okay, all right.
It's not a number. It's not a main number. But that's true. But you got to know that the average and casuals who are going to be the majority of the market, they don't know that. They ain't studying that. What they know is this is a Gran Turismo.
Listen, I agree.
And here's another
thing. So 100% of them adding in the whole modes and stuff. I'm with that stuff. But people got it's just like Street Fighter. Street Fighter before that game came out. It was like months upon months upon months. They gave you a whole roadmap as far as what they're gonna
they were gonna do it.
And
but that goes back to that goes back to P-Rock's statement that they didn't clearly get that out there the way they needed to.
It's not, you know,
wait, hold on. They got all these things. They got PlayStation experience. They got Paris. They got all these different things. Why they ain't up there saying that? Here's how we gonna do it.
YoungSoul, this is what it is. We got to stop trying to put that argument about. No, but the casuals don't know. We don't know the casuals. We know the people that's in this community as far as the hardcore gamers. It's the hardcore gamers that's the issue because these quote unquote are hardcore gamers. They read news articles, they watch YouTube videos, but when these games come out, they act all surprised. Like, oh my God, what? No,
that's true. But I still think it's even if you want to talk about the hardcore, PlayStation got all of these different events. Dude, you got time to get out there and explain it point by point. Exactly how we're gonna do this, drop this like this, so that way they don't have to read articles. It's on the stage. The dude is saying, "Here's what we're gonna do." You know what I mean?
I felt like they broke it down as far as I knew what I was getting with Gran Turismo Sport right from the jump. You know,
but it's because you go and do the lookup stuff, and that's good, and most people should. But you got to play to the dumbest people in the room. That's the way you got to do it.
Explain it in layman's terms.
I'm 100%. I'm in agreement with you, but I'm just saying there's the other part of the argument
right.
too.
No, I get you. I'm with
the whole. Give me all the content you want. I'm with that shit.
Right.
I didn't know about the whole single player. I know about more cars coming and stuff.
Right.
Like
that.
Right.
We talking about a game a franchise that's the biggest franchise on the PlayStation brand, and a lot of these games were selling 15 million. Again, if you sell that much, you ain't selling to the smartest dude in the room. It's the most extreme casual that expects to pick up the game and drive some cars around the track and stuff, you know? And this game wasn't that. It was more for the hardcore. If you make a game specifically for the hardcore enthusiasts, you're not going to get a lot of sales. It's just not. There is no 10 million hardcore racers out there.
Yeah.
They're not about that life.
I ain't want to.
It's a low number.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, as far as like when we bring up examples, like when we talk about casuals, it's more of an assumption kind of ordeal because we don't really associate that much with casual outside like family. But out here, we're on Twitter every day. We're on YouTube. We're considered more of the hardcore gamers, but everybody seems to deny their own peers that's in YouTube.
Last point. I hope this just gives it some legs. I hope this makes the game grow. I hope people go out and buy it now that it got this content. It got some meat and bones. You know what I mean? Got some meat on the bones now. So let's hope it does well now.
Man, at the end of the day, it's still a shitty racer, so who knows what the fuck could do this.
How are you Puerto Rican? How are you really Puerto Rican? You cannot be Puerto Rican talking like that.
Listen. We steal cars. Now, if it was a stealing simulator, that'd be different.
You bad mouthing Puerto Ricans. I know good Puerto Ricans that love cars.
You go in, you know what I'm saying? You take off the tires. How fast you can take off the tires and put on the cinder blocks. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do. You know?
Side note, I'm watching the basketball game on ESPN, and a PlayStation commercial came up, and guess what they showed off? That $199 price mark.
Damn,
come on, man.
Yo, you know what? They starting to show more pro stuff too, man. I don't know. Is it the Star Wars one? I think I saw.
Yeah, there's a Star Wars bundle.
The Star Wars bundle. You get.
I heard it's supposed to get a discount.
They both have it.
I know the Slim and the Pro. UK.
They have it both, Slim and Pro. Star Wars.
They got one of each. Wow.
Yeah. That's the difference between like Microsoft and PlayStation. Like PlayStation, they definitely softly pushed the Pro as far as marketing. It was like a nonchalant kind of thing. Like Microsoft, they go hard with that.
They're trying to force you down your throat, man. They want you to go buy it again.
They've got to try to change momentum. Sony ain't got to try to change momentum.
If anything, Sony did it right. I mean, I ain't gonna say to use the word right. I think they played it cautious because they know the bread and butter is the Slim. Right. So they didn't want to go too hard to make the Slim look bad.
And they don't need to change the perception. They don't need to change perceptions.
But you remember last year how everybody, when the Pro got announced, everybody was knocking it. It was such negative news going on. Colin Moriarty was
rendering's not real, it's fake. All that
like everybody was so negative. Like Sony don't need to do this. You're winning. That's why I think they really like fell back from like marketing.
Right, because they don't need to change perception. So they just put it out there and they kind of like they show it off in the hardcore. Obviously, they're gonna show the hardcore because they're gonna do the YouTube videos. That's the hardcore watching and that. But they ain't gonna try to throw it in like on all the commercials or the main shows because first of all, that costs a lot of money, and second of all, you're getting what Xbox is doing it, and like we said earlier, the Xbox One S ain't getting talked about at all. Because they can't, because they have to push the more expensive one because they spent all this R&D money on this. So they got to push it, right? And they got to try to change the momentum or the perception. They got to try to change the perception that, okay, we are about gaming. Because I'll say this about the X. I'm not really into it, but I am glad that they took away the Connect focus and they focused more on games. Now,
they kind of
software to focus on games. That's a whole nother problem. But it's good that because they have to change the perception that the Xbox One was just going to be the all-around entertainment device and not really doing much on games.
Yeah, they did do that. I agree. They did change their narrative, but not overall. Look, as far as the way they marketed it, the Pro, again, the reason why people were trying to slam it in the Xbox community. I'm saying this is the Pope of Xbox, because they wanted the same shit that we had. They wanted the good looking games and stuff like that. But they did not. They didn't want to go out and buy another console to get it. They were dying when Aloy came. When Horizon Zero Dawn, they were dying on their channel. They couldn't believe what that game looked like. They were dying when Rise of the Tomb Raider came out on the Pro with the alternative builds and things like that. It's just, I watched their channels. They were really dying. They're like, my God, they already have games. Now the multiplats are looking that much better. And here come these, then the Mass Effect game comes out and they get the shittiest end of that deal on that deal. Again, there's a 4K build on the Pro if you want it. It's 900p on the Xbox. And they're dying over there. Just trust me. I get messages all the time on Xbox like, man, we're really taking a beating and all this kind of stuff. Trust me, guys. They were using it as a slam card because again, that's why I said earlier, the dynamic 4K they slam. Now that their console does it, now it's okay. Checkerboard rendering, they slam 4K. So that's right.
They fixed one problem. They fixed the hardware problem. Now it's the software problem they need to tack on.
Yes,
at first,
that was the problem.
They had the
hardware backwards. The software problem is the most important problem.
Yeah, software is the most important. Ain't nobody fucking with that hardware.
Yo, you guys gotta remember. You gotta remember what Phil Spencer and the whole Microsoft crew said. They said this is the "we heard you" console. You guys were complaining for years upon years, like we need power, we need resolution.
He did say that.
Yeah, he skipped that whole software.
Well, this is the "we heard you" console. Then where's the best first party and third party?
Well, they weren't. I guess they weren't complaining about that
part. Yeah, they wasn't hearing that part.
Yeah, they've never been complaining about games.
Has Xbox ever had a gap in games like they do now? Though I have never known them to have a gap in games like they was ready to quit or something. Like I've never seen it like that.
No, wait, hold on. In the 360 era, the 360 era didn't have that many exclusives either.
But it's like they was holding down the Call of Duties back then, so it's like you wouldn't even notice.
That's what I'm saying. They had all the third party support. That's what made up for
third party jump.
That's what made up for it. This time, they don't have it. You taking out that filler, and let's call a spade a spade. I mean, Sony this year they got good filler, right? Nier Automata, dope shit. You don't get that shit all the time. You know what I mean? You really don't.
That's true.
I've been gaming
Sony's games was hitting at the same time Xbox's wasn't. That's what makes it look so much different.
Yeah. And they were dropping games every month. This year it was like they dropped the game
damn near every single.
Yep. And they just happen to be phenomenal. And they just happen. They do.
Exclusive time. For when the third party is dried up in the summer or the beginning of the year, you can focus on your first party, just like Sony did this year. Not only are they not getting third party deals, but they don't have any first party, so it's a double whammy.
True.
The problem with Xbox is they want to play with every other fucking console maker. They want to unify. Like, nigga, you don't get the fuck out of here. They freaking exclusive.
And I think the scariest part is them saying that exclusives don't matter. Like, why do you come out that narrative?
They don't
have any. They don't have any.
Listen, but as an Xbox owner, hold on. Xbox owner, you should be more afraid, because if they're saying exclusives don't matter, but yet they're telling you they're gonna come out with new IP, that means them IPs are gonna be dog shit, because they're not really caring about single player games.
Listen. Let me ask the panel a question.
State of Decay type stuff.
Let me ask the panel a question. Right. Take away Gears. Right.
Right.
Take away Forza.
Okay.
Right?
Oh shit!
Please don't take away Forza.
Well,
don't do
that. Take away Halo.
Okay.
Right?
That's it.
Now what we got left?
Nothing.
Nothing. No, what we got left?
Maybe they make a Fable.
Basic bitch.
Let me make a point. Hold on.
Hashtag basic bitch.
Look, you take all that. You take all that away, right? You got Recore to take its place.
Cool.
You got Quantum Break to take its place. And Phantom Dust, Halo Wars. Like, come on!
Man. I gotta give them props though. I gotta give them props for this. This year they went better on the smaller indie style games with Cuphead, and then what was it last year with Ori? And the Blind Forest.
Those
They're good for what they are.
Games.
Those are not big games. Those are not games that will bring the masses. But people who already own it, to me, those were worthwhile purchases. For people who already own Xbox. I ain't telling nobody to go out and get no damn Xbox for them games. But if you already happen to have it, and you got it in your closet or sitting in, as a step stool or what have you, go ahead, plug it back in and grab them games. They worth it. They worth it if you got the console.
I want to shout out Dive Master, my man, did a $2 super chat. Just let him know he's repping the Puerto Rican nation. What's going on? All right. Have some coquito, bro.
But let's set the record straight. Anybody
on.
who's listening who thinking we like bashing them, look, check this out. All of us on this panel, our main objective in this world of being a gamer.
So Rock, man,
I'm playing good games,
there?
bro. Period.
Yeah, what's good?
Go ahead, man. I want to go ahead and basically go back at you because I disagree with your main thing. I want you to get in.
Oh no, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. That's the main event. We gotta get through these undercard titles. The Mayweather event, the Mayweather event to the last. All right, but we're gonna get there. I know what you're going. We're gonna go there. This is where we're gonna get fun, bro. All right. All right. So let's move on quick to the next topic. All right. So Playground Games, right? Developers of Forza Horizon 3, and all the Horizon series, pretty much. So they got their new studio, so they confirmed that their game is going to be an open world RPG. Now, one of my biggest issue with this basic bitch is that it doesn't have its own exclusive RPG. And I'm thinking, how the fuck does a console don't come out with its own exclusive RPG? So here's another game that's lit, because most likely this game's going to be multi-plat.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm not
Are you kidding me?
And full with microtransactions.
I'm not 100% sure. Because
Microsoft would be crazy if
I'm Microsoft, I'm trying my damnness to get this exclusive.
Hey, yeah, well, Playground Games is like a third-party studio.
No, you're right.
Yeah, they're not home.
I'm not arguing with you. I completely agree, and I think it's in Playground's best interest to make it multiplayer. But I think it's Microsoft's best interest to try to get it exclusive because they ain't got no games, they ain't got no RPGs.
Right. They need to stop doing that. That's their problem.
Listen, right now.
I'm just saying they need a quick fix.
But you got Shannon Lawford. But you got Shannon Lawford. She's trying to develop Dora the Explorer in Fortnite.
Oh no! Stop it!
Stop it! That is what you want. All right, that is what the Xbox gamers want. All right, they want Dora the Explorer 4K.
All right, stop it! Where's that little girl's parents at? Develop a game where her baby daddy and baby mom.
Oh shit!
Stop it! No, but I'm just saying for the game. All right, so for Playground Games, the best thing that they could do, I think, is go multiplayer, because if you talk of RPGs, listen. When The Witcher 3 sells better on PS4, even though The Witcher 2 is exclusive to 360,
boom.
That's telling you something, yo. The RPGs are gonna sell better on PS4.
No, wait. They always say, you have 73 million consoles out there. Of course, you're supposed to sell better.
Right. But the thing is, no. Hold on. I don't even dignify the comments because it doesn't matter. The point is, since the beginning of like consoles, PlayStation has been doing RPGs better than Xbox. Yeah. Okay, so people at the beginning of the launch, before anyone knew what consoles they was getting, if you was like I'm in the RPGs, you was going with PlayStation. It wasn't even no second thoughts about that, right? Even at the beginning of the generation. So before anyone sold a damn thing. So, but that's just been reinforced as of late. And then, like I said, with the Witcher thing, so Playground Games' best option is to go multiplayer, just because they go. You know how much money they're gonna lose if they just go Microsoft exclusive. I mean, Microsoft would basically have to pay, like, in order to make up for PlayStation losses, they'd have to pay the price of like 2.5 AAA exclusives just to get that exclusive. So, but on the Microsoft side, they damn near, like P-Rock said, they need a AAA RPG. I don't think, though, it's going to be worth paying 2 to 3 times, like the price of 2 to 3 AAA exclusives. But let me tell you something. They desperate, and ain't no internal studio can make it.
They need
they
more
got
than
no
that,
studios
though.
that can make it.
They need more than that.
Let's face it.
They don't need just one AAA. They need more than that, for real.
No,
I think that's a real future.
Start somewhere. And so I'm not saying they should. ain't nobody here thinking I'm ever say they should, because you know I'm a PlayStation dude, so I'd rather play it on PlayStation. I don't want them to. I'm just saying for their interest, for their short-term interest, because it's never long-term. Let's face it, Xbox, when they get exclusives, they're one and dones, right? I mean, look at Quantum Break, Rise, Sunset Overdrive. We go on and on. One and done. That's what this would be if it even happened, because we know it's not going to sell enough for what they're going to have to pay, because they're going to have to pay what they would miss out on PlayStation sales. There's no way they're going to sell enough to make that up.
Exactly.
So they're going to.
What if
you get it exclusive? So the likelihood of a sequel probably won't happen. That's why Playground Games is probably best off just going triple multi-plat with like Deep Silver or whoever publisher to just go ahead and make that. That's their best move.
Guys, I think they need to pull Fable up out of the dungeon, because that's a game
Who gonna
that
make
all
it?
gamers.
Who gonna make it?
I mean, get Blue Point or some of these other third party.
Or hire Obsidian. I think Obsidian doesn't have any projects going on.
Yeah.
Get somebody. You know how much it'll cost to get them? You know how much it'll. Wait, and wait, let's stop for a second.
But it doesn't even have to buy them, just contract.
You know how much it'll. No. But hold on, let's stop for a second. For the price you would get the Obsidian, and I'm not saying they're buying them, but to just to rent them is the same price of keeping Lionhead open. So what the hell is that?
Yeah, I mean they messed up with Lionhead though, so you can't go back. They go to game.
This is why it was so bad canceling all of these damn studios and not replacing them. It was okay if, like, when Sony cancels a studio, right? When they cancel a studio, they will go and later on buy another studio or open something else up. Microsoft closed, yeah, they canceled the games and they closed the studios, and they never replaced it with anything. That's why they're in the position they're in now.
Yeah, because Sony Bend just expanded.
Yeah, they're splitting it too now.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much every studio they got is split into teams.
Two teams?
Pretty much, yeah.
They just got some new office space and all that. So
the one thing I hate is when you show these guys the log of games that we have, the first thing that comes out their mouth is, all those games look like they play like The Last of Us.
Oh,
come on.
This forest said that Days Gone was the same as Last of Us 2.
The forest
that you know I get it all the time. You over here playing the same shit. Dude, at least I got shit to play, motherfucker.
If you're to read between the lines,
as the last one too.
I think that new Playground game, it might be exclusive to Xbox. Now,
I hope so. Shit.
Hold on. You would ask me, why would I say that? You would ask me, why would I say that?
Mm-hmm.
Look at what they did. Sony Bend showed their new studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of a sudden, Playground Games shows their new studio.
Yeah, but Sony paid for it. They Playground got that on their own.
Here's
Microsoft didn't buy them a new
here's how I'm
studio.
going to disagree with you, though.
Right.
Here's where I disagree with you. Why in the world would Playground Games talking about the fact that they got an open world RPG if it's already a deal with Microsoft to have it exclusive? Why the hell isn't Microsoft also talking about it if Playground is openly talking about it?
Yeah, but remember that Playground earned the money to get their own studio. That wasn't Microsoft.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying if Microsoft already had the deal locked,
either
they would tell Playground to not talk about it and they not talk about it, or if Playground is talking about, we got an open world action adventure coming.
Yeah, because Phil did say he ain't talking about games 2-3 years out either. He's not doing that.
Right. But my point is,
I agree.
But if he had it exclusive, he would tell them not to talk about it as well.
Which is dumb because he's already talking about the games that are 3 years out, talking about they're getting ready now.
I don't know why he's Hey, I want to do another shout out. My man Lionel killing him. He said, Phil forgot one exclusive can save your whole platform. Look at how many gimmicky flop console Nintendo has, and exclusives sold the console. He's pretty much right, man.
I bought a PS3 for The Last of Us, bro.
Yeah,
Switch is being sold exclusives. You know, even though you got 2K, people ain't buying it to play 2K. Let's be real. Right. It's good to have it, but that's not the reason people are buying it for.
The classic shit. The classic
arms.
The classic shit your man DRM told me was that the PS3 sold because of the
Because of the what?
The Blu-ray player.
Oh my god!
Yo, I bought my PS3.
I can't, bro. I can't with them dudes, bro.
Them dudes is brain dead, bro.
The Blu-ray player is what killed the brand, bro.
Right.
Like, oh,
your man Crap. I'm getting straight at him. I'm calling names out. Your man Crap Gamer got a petition to sign. What is it? Sunset Overdrive 2.
Sunset Overdrive 2.
Come on, dog.
Y'all dudes is looking pathetic in these streets. If you got so many games, why the hell you out here begging niggas to keep your game in the house?
News on my channel, right? I did news on my channel about that. I was like, dog, Microsoft need to cop this. And it was like 5 minutes later, he makes his petition. Like, I'm like, dog, are you watching my channel?
Yo, but what I find, what I find funny is that they're gonna tell you that like Spider-Man is still 4 years away. But then you think you go wait, but then you think you go get Insomniac to turn around and make a Sunset Overdrive, then that's gonna be 8 years away. So,
Look,
I mean,
check it out. Sunset Overdrive.
You know, running if that happens.
That's sad. Well, they think it's gonna get 4K textures. It's not happening.
Nah, Sunset
By that time, by the time they get done with Spider-Man and they get to that, if they even do it. See, the problem is, just like I said with the Playground games, it's gonna cost too much money because Insomniac does not have an actual full-on deal with Microsoft for exclusive. Remember, they made sure to have to own it themselves, which means Microsoft has to get into another bidding war in order to get it exclusive if it gets done. The problem that they're seeing, because it didn't sell well, they got to turn around, you know what I mean, and pay out the ass and be scared if it don't sell again. Well, that's more money lost. And you know your boy Satya and the dollar is all about the bottom line. He ain't over here on some, you know, hey, if it just kind of barely breaks even, then let's jump right into the sequel. He's like, if it barely breaks even, maybe we should hold off for a while.
Listen, I'll tell you the truth, and I thought about this for a few months now, actually. I believe that Microsoft pumped out the Xbox One X this year because I heard it was ahead of schedule to the point it could have came out last year.
Okay.
But I'm thinking the reason why they pushed it out this year is because they knew 4K TVs were going to come down in price. So they probably thought in their heads people were going to want to play something alongside their 4K TV. Here's the Xbox One X. We're promoting it to be native 4K. Right. But nobody's buying that shit at $500, bro.
But like P-Rock said, it's going to be the tech heads who, you know, those are the people who went out and bought Segways when it first came out because they just got extra money to burn and they need the hottest new little tech or whatever. And then it's going to be people who already bought exclusives on Xbox. Because here's the thing. A lot of people are sitting there saying, look at PS4 Pro, $400. It's better to get the Xbox One X for $500 with the extra $100. But the problem is it's not $100 difference if you bought your multi-platform PlayStation. Because you got to turn around and buy all of them again. And don't get me wrong, a lot of them will come down in price, but your big ones, your GTA 5s, your Overwatches, those are still $30 a pop.
Hell yeah.
And you
not even that. This is the main point. You know, everybody's thinking, you know, a lot of people thought that things were going to turn out different for MPD for Xbox simply because it's only $100 extra. And I was telling people it's not an extra $100, it's an extra $300. Because the majority of people buying PlayStation is the Slim. Those are the people you gotta convince.
Well, you're right about that. You're right about that. Let me just finish what I'll say though, because with the extra, like, so the $30, you get 10 of those games. That's $300 difference. But you're right. The problem for the Xbox One X is the vast majority of people aren't looking. They overestimated that it was power that sold the PS4. I'm not saying the extra power didn't help, but as I tell everybody, and I've debated people who have since blocked me because they can't stand that I keep saying this, and that is it was the PS4 at launch, the vanillas, the power was a bigger deal, even if it was a smaller gap between vanilla PS4 and Xbox One, because the price was cheaper. It had power and price combined.
Yeah, the best value for both.
Right. That makes it the best value because the average and casual coming in, I know we shouldn't talk too much about that, but the average and casual going in, they're looking and they're like, wait, when's the last time, you know, an electronic device, one was superior and cheaper?
That's been powerful and cheap, yeah. Like Black Friday
also had the
Xbox One X anyway. If you look at it now, I don't know if y'all look at this on the S, but on the box it talks about 4K and HDR. last time I checked, they advertised the the X heavily on with 4K and HDR. So with that being said, what do you think a soccer mom's going to do when she sees that? She obviously going to go, okay, my son wants the cheap one that does
right. Well, my son wants one of them, but I'm gonna get the cheap one.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And if that says 4K on it, well then 4K it is.
Yo, that's what I want to do. Another super chat.
I said they need to rebrand this. They need to stop.
Hey, I want to do another super chat. I want to do another. Let me just shout out the super chat real quick. My man Lionel had it again, busting heads. He says, "Xbox, how you pushing 4K and you ain't even selling TVs?" You know, he does make a good point because I remember last year though when the 1S came out, they had a lot of bundles with TVs. Like you get a, you get a free, you buy a TV, you get a free Xbox One S, or I remember Walmart for $500 they had a 4K TV and an Xbox One S.
Because it was,
I was like, oh shit!
You ain't gonna put a price tag in front of somebody for $1,100.
That's that crazy special they got when you spend $1,000 in jewelry. Spend $1,000 in jewelry at a jewelry store and you get an Xbox One S, and then you get entered into a raffle to win an Xbox One X. I'm like, yo, what kind of peanut butter and jelly BS?
Check this out. The biggest question for the mom who goes in to buy the game for little Timmy is, do they play the same games?
There you go.
That's going to be the biggest question. As soon as you tell people, yes, it plays the same game, they're going to be like, so why the hell am I going to spend $4.99 on this?
Right.
And I think right now, too, if you look at it, Sony's sale for the $200, I'm off topic real quick because I was just thinking about this as well. Sony's PS4 Slim started on Sunday at $199. Right. The Xbox One S is only going to be $189 come Black Friday only. Exactly. They should have been doing this since Sunday. That's why I say it's poor marketing.
They should have been doing a whole week.
Through Cyber Monday.
They put all the eggs
through Cyber Monday, right? Both of them are
a restart of the gen in a sense. They want a refresh sort of thing, and it's not happening. Nobody's biting the hook.
They're trying to have people forget that there's an S. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
that's like it's the main.
The problem is the marketing.
They're gonna
marketing.
They're gonna push it off to the side, my dude.
Yeah, of course.
But it's because they can't push the S. They put too much money into the X to push the S.
That's true, but
we got
to make the biggest mistake.
And just be
confusing the market. Confusing the market.
Right. You can't push the S.
All right, face it.
Them commercials.
Anybody who want an S already has an S. They plateaued. They have plateaued. They could drop the S to $99 tomorrow, and they would only get a handful of sales. I think because of the beginning of the generation and the lack of constant content has already already stopped. All those people either moved on to the PlayStation or they're looking forward to the Switch. The X only appeases the guys who've been crying for the last 4 years about media bias. That's it.
See, here's the thing. See, I thought that this marketing would have been better for Xbox if the vanilla Xbox One, as the original predictions were by all the analysts, that the Xbox One vanilla would outsell the PS4 vanilla. Because then that way they would have been able to, most people would have been buying their multiplats on Xbox, making the X more viable to purchase. But when you got most people buying it's like they did the X by thinking somehow they were going to get a bigger market share of gamers, as if people were going to drop their PlayStation games and buy the X, even if they here's the problem with this. The problem with the X is, number one, you got to get people to notice the difference, because there's going to be some people who don't even notice the difference regardless, and then you're going to get people who notice the difference but don't care. Like, okay, I see the difference, but I still don't care. It's the same game. Then you're going to get people who notice the difference, care about the difference, but then it's not worth the price, and they've been buying their multiplats. Most people, not all, but most, were buying their multiplats on PlayStation, which means they would have to then rebuy their games, which again changes the $100 difference to $300, $400, $500 difference, depending on how many games they want to that they've already bought that they want to continue playing. And so the point being is, like, they marketed this as if they were getting the multiplats. Most people were buying multiplats on our platform anyway. Like that's the way it seems like they
the
present
main
it.
listen.
Well,
The
the argument is Xbox has no games, and a lot of people are buying multi-plats anyway.
Yeah, the main thing, let's be honest, the main thing with this console is to upgrade the Xbox experience for Xbox enthusiasts. That's really what it does.
Yeah.
Primarily. If you're an Xbox gamer, this is possibly the best console for you to have.
Yeah.
You know, so eventually. And then eventually, and as the price drops, you'll eventually get. If you don't feel at this point it's $500, when it's $400, you'll get it. When it, there's always
Right.
price
As it
point.
goes down, more people.
But this
will
is
get it. Right.
but this is not something. This is not for someone who bought a PlayStation, the first year, the second year, already spent, they got 90, 100, 150 games.
Right.
They're not going to convert over.
Right.
They're like, that's too much of an expensive proposition.
To play some enhanced games.
What does this
That's a very expensive proposition.
Yeah, that's the first thing they look at. It's like, what does this have that my PlayStation doesn't have?
Right.
Well, if it's nothing but third-party games, then what are the odds of him jumping to that console? Oh, because this one has sharper textures on the ground. Okay,
Right. That's why I should pay it.
Cool, but that's a very expensive proposition for some people.
It's like, okay,
for that much,
Right.
for that little.
From a
bit.
casual perspective, I do agree. But if you're the hardcore, then that's all those textures matter.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
Right.
I mean,
Listen, they should have took a page out of Sony's book when the PS3 was struggling and no third parties wanted to take out the extra time to show the PlayStation 3. So what's what they did? They clamped down. Yeah. They opened up studios, new IPs, and they smacked their dicks across their faces.
No, they flooded the market with IPs. There was games we didn't even expect. Like, who the fuck asked about PlayStation Battle Royale? That shit came out of nowhere. It was like, what the fuck? It was what I'm saying is Sony was working on anything, bro.
Right.
Anything, everything.
Seller at that point. And they got a few. They had a bunch of misses, I guess we can all say, especially with PlayStation All Stars. But they had a few hitters. They had Uncharted.
No, but it's not about hits. But the thing is, at that time, it wasn't about hits and misses.
No, I'm saying,
put it out there.
I was saying they were just throwing ideas out there.
Right. They were like, we are going to get the market, see what they can catch. We're going to pick up a handful of people with this game. We're going to pick up a handful of people with that game. And then hopefully we get a couple heavy hitters that bring in a lot of people.
Because the main thing Sony noticed that the biggest issue that they had was the PS3 was, besides the high price, was the narrative that PS3 had no games.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That was a huge shot because they were like, "Yo, for $400 on my Xbox, I could get Grand Theft Auto, I could get Devil May Cry, I could get Final Fantasy, but on top of all that, I could get Gears, I could get Halo, I could get Mass Effect, I could get Elder Scrolls."
That is very true.
So what am I paying $600 for? Right. PS3 has no games.
Sony had was Resistance.
Sony had to get and Heavenly Sword and Motorstorm.
And Resistance is a dope ass game. I actually want them to remake that.
You know what I'm saying? But now Resistance is a good game, but at $600, it ain't that good. It's not that game.
I mean, the pony in me, I was out there a whole week for that concert.
Shit,
and I ended up winning that bitch.
At the same time, you knew that price was ridiculous.
It was.
The price was so high. Do y'all remember that it was that the competition, the Nintendo and Xbox dudes?
Wii 60.
I remember Wii 60. Even Microsoft said it on stage.
But it wasn't Nintendo.
Oh, what?
I remember it was Microsoft
on stage.
It was Microsoft.
I didn't know. I thought it was both.
No, because I remember Peter Moore specifically made a comment. He's like, for the price of a PS3,
Wii 60,
you could get a 360, and he didn't call it Wii 60.
Oh,
but
yeah, okay.
Wii. They asked Reggie Fils the same question, right? And this is Reggie's a beast. He's like, hey, why do you feel about the proposition that, with the price of a PS3, you can get a 360 and your product? He's like, no, just buy more Nintendo products.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey,
he's like, no, just buy more Nintendo products. He's like, he ain't trying to hear that shit.
I didn't know that.
No, my man Reggie wasn't trying to hear that shit. Buy 360. He's like, nah, buy more Nintendo shit.
It's like if Microsoft took the two bad things Sony and Nintendo did, the high price and the name. Because remember, when the Wii U came out, nobody could tell the difference between the Wii and the Wii U because people, casual gamer, was like, oh, okay, that's probably like the same thing, right?
They thought the name.
They thought it was an add-on.
So now we got the Xbox S and the X is like, is that the same console? You know what I'm saying? Like,
fuck?
They don't know the difference.
Xbox One Elite.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
See, like if you look at the PlayStation, look at the PlayStation 4.
They got an Xbox One
They
Elite.
named it differently.
Yeah, but still though. I mean, what do you, that would be better than this X and S? That sounds too similar. You might as well call it the Xbox Elite, or really should have called it the Project
Come
Scorpio.
on, they named the console Xbox One. So how what do you think is really
Listen,
going
a lot
on?
of the people that bought the Xbox One X was because of the Scorpio edition. It was a
Wait,
Scorpio
hold on,
edition.
hold on. The one was done because of the whole entertainment thing.
Yeah, but nobody really cares about that. There was already original Xbox out there, so
Right,
there's no point in calling it the
but that's
Xbox
why they
One.
called it the one. That's why they called it the one.
It was
So
dumb.
I mean, it was a flawed concept. So of course they're gonna have a flawed name because it was a flawed concept.
Are people still using that pass-through, the HDMI pass-through?
It's a basic bitch.
The basic bitch pass-through?
Yeah.
She got two hoes. She got two hoes.
It's like everybody stopped using Dolby Atmos. Apparently, nobody cares about Dolby Atmos. You know?
Yo, so we're gonna move on to the next thing real quick. So we're gonna talk about Battlefront. So now it's gotten to the point where it went from loot crate to now it's being charged for gambling. I guess Belgium's trying to push some European laws, citing that the game is deals with gambling practices.
I'm happy.
And then Hawaii's looking at now. What people don't realize, some people are like, "Oh, it's only Hawaii." No, you don't understand. It's a state. If they do pass a law, then it sets a precedence for other states to follow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what are you guys thinking about that? That this is being looked at as a form of gambling, and that steps needs to be taken to protect the younger crowd, teenagers and kids from being suckered into a gambling scheme. What do you guys think about that?
Well, look at all those fucking mobile games. Then.
Simple. If you look at Ali A, right? I know Ali A is that COD YouTuber.
Yeah.
Okay, he's probably one of the worst scammers on the internet. Like a lot of people go to this dude for his content. Let's be real here. He's so full of every video he does with this. Now, with them doing this now, with this law coming out, I'm happy. I'm happy about this. Why? Because it will be less people getting affected by this. Less people will stop, they'll open their eyes and see this and stop like all these stupid thumbnails you see on YouTube, people their mouths wide open, unbox stuff. It'll end it. I'm happy that this is going to end. I'm looking forward to this ending because this is the worst.
Didn't T. Martin have that bullshit with CS:GO and shit?
Yeah, and he got crucified.
He was pretty much like the owner of the shit. And he was pretending he was just a user,
right?
Shit like that.
Just trying to maximize his profit. And ironically, that kind of worked. I don't know if you saw that video with his house. That kind of worked in his favor because he bought like a crazy house. But again, he got caught.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing, I'm hearing damage control about this whole thing. Listen, I don't think games are expensive to where that you need to sell 10 million to fucking make a profit. I think what these companies want is to make even more profit. I don't think they're content with just being profitable and then move on to the next project. I think they want to make one game and do what Grand Theft Auto did.
I agree.
That's what they want.
Look, you're talking about EA.
They want to take it too far.
Crazy money with the crates.
They want a game that makes $1 billion now.
Yeah, they want that G.
And they know with that name Star Wars, people are gonna come in droves, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean? So you see, look at the comparison with Battlefield 1. I mean, to me, that was a fair type of microtransaction type of deal, right? You could pay for progression, right?
That is true.
But you can still grind it out in normal progression as well, right? Mm-hmm. This one, they turn the progression all the way up. You have to grind out countless hours and hours just to get minute shit, right? So with the label Star Wars, they want to see how much shit they can pull off before someone calls them out. And then I agree, it's shady as fuck. And people say you can, ignore it, and that is true. But that's not even. It's deeper than that. You know what I mean?
Way deeper than that.
They're exploiting your reward, your dopamines in your brain. They're exploiting that. They're trying to profit off your gamer's addictive nature. Like, bro, there's been studies that Activision, Blizzard, all these dudes, they hire psychologists on their dev teams to figure out how to profit off people's brains, bro. It's proven.
You mean
I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these people are teenagers, because some teenagers are unhealthily competitive. That they're willing to steal. They'll steal their mother's credit card to fucking buy a booster pack.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? If they feel like they're getting their asses kicked and it's taking too long for them, they're gonna find a way, even if they have to take money from their mom's purse to do it. Because at a certain point, the game starts getting stressful. You understand what I'm saying? Which isn't right. The games aren't meant to be stressful. It's meant to be enjoyed and enjoy competitive play. But to the point where they created this scenario where even if you try your hardest,
it's gonna take so much just to even be competitive at the basic level that you're just gonna give up, and either A, you don't play the game no more, or B, you start paying the money to enjoy the game you want to play. And if you're a huge Star Wars fan, the first option of not playing it is not an option. Because this is the game you want to play. You know what I'm saying?
Here's how you fix the problem. You don't buy it. I ain't buy it.
You don't buy it, but like I don't mind people having fun with their games. Have fun with your games. Everybody's a gamer at the end of the day, right? You want to have fun, but
I'm gonna disagree with the whole you don't buy it, because I'm gonna tell you, you may not buy it because you're not that big into Star Wars, right?
I don't care for Star
Wars. But one day it's gonna follow your ass, because somebody's gonna be like, oh shit, I'm gonna do it to this game, and then that's when you add like, Alex gonna be like, no, leave my God of War alone, no.
I'm already getting it all day. What I was playing the other night, every other night you see me on.
It didn't have these supply drops.
NBA 2K. That's the king of microtransactions right now.
Yeah,
my
2K.
character. Yo, listen. I told you how much I spent on my character. You probably laugh at me.
Oh, man,
laugh at you because
you bad for the culture, bro.
But real talk though, with the Star Wars, like,
but
140.
Let me say this though. But let me say this: your character's for the my scenario shit, right?
Listen, for my part, we killing dude.
Yeah, for my part, yeah. But for the online competitive play, it has nothing to do with that, right?
It has nothing to do with that, and I don't care for that.
Now that's cool. As long as I don't go online, I'm playing a superpower Alex Escobar. That's 99 and everything. I'm gonna be like, who the fuck is this dude? He's not even in the NBA.
Yeah,
that's fine. Do what you want for the single player individual shit. But this EA shit is multiplayer.
Oh, yeah, I heard about
that.
Is that yo? Listen, a month before the game even came out, your man Angry Joe blew that whole thing up. He said it.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
He even had one of the developers on his show talking to him live, like we're doing here, like on the channel.
And the only reason they took the stuff away is because the movie coming out next month, so it's coming right back after that movie drops.
Crazy.
The bread, man. I'm telling you.
Stop. Negativity from the movie. That's all it is.
Yo, Disney came in to be like, yo, cut this shit out for now.
Exactly.
And yo, I just want to say big up to the people who didn't buy it, because gamers finally spoke this time. Ain't nobody going buy. I was in the store that day. I didn't see nobody pick up Star Wars. Yo, gamers finally spoke, and they said they didn't want it, and that's why it bombed, and that's why it's doing bad, and that's why they took that stuff away. It was great. It was great to see, and I'm just proud of the gamers who took that step to do that.
I'm gonna be real.
It's really the damage control. I remember
I'm gonna buy that shit.
I gave my impressions of it. You guys just saying that it's not gonna be that bad. You're just blowing this out of proportion. Like, okay,
get it gifted. Get it gifted.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna buy that shit.
Lionel already bought it for you tonight, man. You good?
I'm gonna buy that shit. I'm gonna buy that shit, dog.
How many of y'all bought that Call of Duty?
Buying that for?
I didn't buy it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that all too later.
$35
this weekend, bro.
I mean,
I ain't buying
$35.
Yeah,
I mean, it's $35.
And if you got the Best Buy Gamers Club, you get 20% off on top of that.
They don't do it Black Friday.
With Star Wars Battlefront, what was your guys' issues with the multiplayer?
I'm gonna say this.
I'm not playing
simple progression.
I played that single player, and I love that single player, but connected Jedi to the Force Awakens.
So J Bar, you played the multiplayer, right?
Yeah, I bought that game day one. I was hyped.
So for the person of experience, all right, can you or can you not pay for perks, whatever, through loot crates and shit that gives you advantages in the multiplayer when you're competing with other people? Is this a true statement or not?
Yeah, it is true. You can buy salvage.
You can't buy crates with your own currency, like your own money.
What do you do?
Everything is in game. Everything's in game. So you earn stuff like these star credits, and you earn like these salvage, like whatever coins or whatever things like that.
It's a free to play game, nigga.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
Free to play. You earn those things. You earn those things.
Okay.
Through this randomly playing the game multiplayer, whatever, and you're doing challenges with the gun. Similar to like Call of Duty, you have little challenges, and when you complete a challenge, you get your earnings. But the thing is, where when it comes to the loot crate, everything is random. So it's not like when you go to unlock your loot crate, you know what you're getting right away. You don't. The issue that people had before is that you could spend your money on buying these loot crates. And the more money you spend, that's the more probable chance you're probably going to get like a purple, star card for a certain ability, which is going to be OP.
Yeah, you're paying for RNG, bro. That's all.
And they only took it out right now because of the damage control.
Oh, so you're paying for these randomized loot crates that could potentially give you OP abilities.
No, but you're not paying for nothing now. Everything that you pay for.
I mean, not now. I'm talking about before they changed it. When the game originally came out.
Yeah,
you can pay to try to get loot crates, which could ultimately give you abilities, and then you use these abilities, these perks, in multiplayer to fuck people up.
Yeah, because if you get that like a purple ability like star card for like say you have like a thermal detonator, and if you get the purple one the blast radius is like times 10, you know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Those things, abilities, those purple, those blues, those greens are still in the game, but you just can't just buy them with your own money. You got to earn them through in-game credit.
Or you can get them through the loot crate, through gambling, like a randomized loot crate.
No, the loot crate you get the loot crate. You get a daily loot crate when you get in the game, and you also can get loot crates with your star credits that you earn in the game.
So what is it that you pay for that you can actually pay for?
You're buying for the crates. Is just the problem is that you're gambling because that loot crate you do get. It's random, the same stuff RNG from the last one.
It's Destiny all over again, yeah.
You don't.
No, but Destiny didn't have. You didn't get like fucking abilities and shit like that.
Destiny, you was always playing to get a freaking what do you call it, the Gallahorn. Like you could even play with people in the raids unless you got a Gallahorn.
But you can buy it
every day.
Yeah, but you
to
can't
get that damn gun.
You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it though.
This is my issue with the gaming community right now. Is you guys are arguing a mute point where what you're arguing is not in the game.
Yeah. You know, right now, Barry, they literally said like they're going to bring it back. They literally said they're going to bring it back. They're going to change it a little bit, but it's coming back. So in a month, you got to tell me if it's not in there or not.
They said they're going to bring back microtransactions. Who in here have? I personally don't have an issue with microtransactions. If you have microtransactions that affect like gameplay, like you're going to get like better guns and stuff like that. Yeah, I have an issue with that because that is literally pay to win.
Yes,
but the whole issue of why they backtrack from everything, as far as what they're doing, is the grinding and the whole pay to win aspect, right? They're not going to come back, even if they bring about microtransactions. They're not going to come back with the same thing.
No, they're not.
You're talking about EA, Barry. You're talking about EA. You keep talking like that, but this is EA you talking about.
It doesn't matter if
that's naive to say that EA is not going to really come back and bring that back when it was Disney who was the one telling them, "Listen, we got this movie coming out. You can't do that."
Give me an example that EA did something like that. Give me an example.
What do you mean give you an example?
This is the first time that happened.
This is the first time that happened. So that's why I'm telling you, wait a month, because I understand you enjoying it, and that's cool.
But your argument was it's EA. They're gonna do that.
J Bar, let me
give me an example.
Are you defending this shit?
EA has done a lot of shit.
Okay,
they were the first one to do.
All right, Jabari, it's EA. They bought out the NFL, so NFL 2K died because they couldn't really make any more NFL people. And again, that's one example. I could keep going though.
I'm not defending EA.
EA also.
I bought this game, right? I was playing the single player because that was my main hype for it, was the single player. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I didn't play the multiplayer until everything got fixed. I just started playing the multiplayer yesterday. Yesterday was my first day playing the multiplayer. Everybody was talking about the whole, it takes so long to grind, to earn this stuff. I am at 33,000 star credits just playing 2 nights. 2 nights. I'm not even like a huge multiplayer.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But Jay Barry, they changed the whole formula. So you're enjoying something that they switched. You wouldn't probably be enjoying this game if they kept it the way it was.
Of course,
I got 3 credits right now.
I wasn't in agreement with the whole original plan. I wasn't.
Didn't they just change it on Thursday though?
Yeah, it was quick.
No.
And couldn't people play the game from Monday because they bought the deluxe edition?
No. They didn't. They changed it. They changed it earlier this week. But I know.
When I was playing multiplayer, there was level 1s and 2s with purple cards already, bro. Like, fucking me up.
Yo, honestly, that purple card stuff, that don't mean nothing because I play against people that have purple cards and I'm buying
it. Still relies on skill, I get it, but shit, if you have advantage off the jump, That's still
But nah,
hellish.
skill going to outclass all of that online.
I don't know
stuff, by the
about
way.
all that, man.
Because even when when you play COD right now, if you go and play COD or any multiplayer game, you just starting off playing it, you're going to see people that's level 50 that have more knowledge than you, have better guns than you, that have better everything than you. Already have the advantage. Where's the complaints with those?
Yo, 2 years ago,
we're
when
talking
Star
about
Wars
40%
Battlefront came
more
out,
damage, 40% more speed.
Yeah,
Like, these
but
are detrimental things.
in COD, you're going to COD, you unlock guns that's better when you level up. When you level up, you get guns that's way better. That's going to drop you in an instant. Okay, you don't have that level yet. You know what I'm saying? But you still play the game because you want to earn that stuff. So you still play.
Of course,
it, earn it. That's what you
earn it, sure, but you can buy it.
Yeah, but I think at that.
What was that?
Yeah,
because
oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? Everybody earned that.
Oh, you should keep coming out.
At the end, this is my thing. Gamers was very vocal on what they didn't want in the game, and it got removed. It got changed.
Right.
What's the issue?
The issue is they said they're gonna bring it back. They said it's just temporarily for now. That's the main issue. They didn't say it was gonna be gone forever.
They're gonna bring back microtransactions. What online multiplayer game that you play right now doesn't have online microtransactions? Tell me.
That gave you game advantages?
Forza.
But you guys keep going back to the whole game advantage. Why would they bring back the same implementation that gamers argue?
Right now, Jabari, can you say they won't? Can you say they won't bring it back? We have to wait on that. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying we need to wait on it.
I can say they won't. I'm not going to wait. I'm enjoying the game.
That's what I'm saying. You can enjoy the game. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that.
I wanted them to do, they did, and I'm enjoying the game.
But I think the message hasn't really been delivered, and gamers are still speaking by not buying it. And when you say go out and go buy it because you can enjoy it, that's your opinion. But we really trying to be a bigger voice than that right now. This is the first time something like this has really ever happened.
I'm all about experience.
But I'm happy that game is a 69 on Metacritic. I will pray that it
0.09 users.
I hope it gets downvoted more.
Wait, you hope for 50?
Yeah, at least 50. Yeah, I'll be happy with 50. Yeah. But I bought the game. You know what I mean? I still got it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they need to learn from their mistakes, bro.
Hell yeah.
We just have to make sure this doesn't get spread, and like the industry don't unite behind this idea. That's all we're worried about. You know what I'm saying? And I think
because under all this stuff, the game is still fun, bro. Under all that.
So what's the movie coming right back? DLC, everything.
All I'm saying is the issues that everybody had with the game is not in the game anymore.
All right.
Yeah, for now. If you're a competitor
now.
I think Jay Barry's a Star Wars fanboy. I think that's what it is.
It's not even Star. Yo,
I think my man got the Yoda T-shirt on right now.
This is the same kind of implementation in Call of Duty right now. Are you hearing everybody in Call of Duty complaining?
What? But are you paying? Are you paying for this stuff?
No. Call of Duty, you get random supply drops, and you can get a variant for a different gun. Right?
Angry Joe was complaining about that in his video. He had it right in the beginning of the video with the loot drops hitting people in the head and stuff like that. So we already see that. Activision is on something where it's not. They're not like really EA, even though they still scum.
You're not. They're not EA as right now. Even Destiny with the whole little. The encrypt stuff where you encrypt and you get randomized guns or armor. You don't see nobody really complain about that.
Yeah, but that's skins. But you don't pay. No,
but
the ones with the weapons, you don't pay for that though.
But you're not paying for anything here in this game.
Now,
that's what I'm trying to tell you, Barry, because they took it.
We had to gamers. Listen, two things had to happen. Gamers had to flip the fuck out. Sales had a bomb, and Disney had to come in and be like, "Yo, EA, cut your shit, because our movie's about to come out." That's what it took.
And then even after that, they said they're just doing it for right now. They still gonna try something.
They said they're gonna bring back microtransactions. They're not gonna bring back the same policies. That's like Microsoft when they had the whole DRM policies that they tried to
build around it. Though, it's gonna come back, my dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
DRM is still here with Xbox One and PlayStation, but the policy is different.
Look, the microtransactions will come back, but they won't be as severe as they were. I believe that. They can't.
So you think they'll give the cards affect characters in a building?
Yeah, there'll be no point of them taking it away and not changing nothing.
And
Okay,
the
argument was
don't make no sense.
Said that all day. Do you think they will go back the route of the first one they came out with? You remember that overpowered Han Solo pistol?
Maybe, yeah, it
You
could.
think so? The guns would be.
Maybe.
I think then?
That's what I was going to refer to, because in the first Battlefront, they had that. They had with the Han Solo
Han
and
Solo's
that
pistol,
cheap-ass
like two-shot kill.
You bought the deluxe edition and you got that from the gate, and that was something that really hindered the game.
That's not
exactly
$10. That's not in the game.
That is true.
Only Han Solo has that D11 gun. That's the only he has in the game. But in this game, how you earn your guns is like I got to get like 100 kills with this class to unlock this gun, or I gotta get 500 kills.
What happened to scrap or crafting it? Scrap.
What's going on?
That stuff is not in it. You can't do that in the game. You gotta everything is earned. You gotta earn everything in the game.
Go, give him that work, Fonz. Let him know that this loot is bullshit.
Hey, bro. Hey,
let's go.
Here's the problem with the game originally, and this is why we should not let up on EA. It's the fact that they put in a system tied to the microtransaction system. They put in the progression system, the star cards, aka the loot crates, tied into the microtransaction system. That is why everybody's pissed off and up in arms. And no, we shouldn't let them off the hook just for this shit. And is it any coincidence that they took this back because they are investigated now for gambling? Come on now. It's like
whose mic is that?
Your mic's like making weird noises, bro.
The timing is
let's start a GoFundMe for PUERTOROCK. We gotta get this guy.
Anybody in here have Call of Duty?
Yeah,
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is going to get worse with the next Call of Duty with that whole.
Did you buy the new Call of Duty?
Yeah, I bought it.
Yeah, who doesn't?
All right, so how do you earn certain variants for guns?
Yo, to keep it 100,
that's not the.
I use one gun.
But here's the thing.
Class
but we're talking about it's apples and oranges. We're talking about a progression system within the game of Star Wars Battlefront II, where we're talking about, just random guns or whatnot for other games. Now, I don't like loot crates in any game personally, but I know they're here to stay. But we just got to stop certain aspects, just like with what was going on with EA here with Battlefront 2. It was, man, what they were trying to do was predatory, man. They were preying on people. A lot of people out there have addictive tendencies, and they fucking will get into gambling and spend thousands of dollars sometimes, and they'll regret that shit later. And they know this. Like All Day said, they bring in these psychologists. There's interviews with all this shit. It's out there. They do this shit to try to find what will fucking play to our human psyches and what would really make us addicted to these games. And these microtransactions or these loot boxes, that's definitely one of those things that they could do to many people out there, and they will spend a lot of money, and they know this, and tying it into the progression system was the problem here. That was the biggest issue for me, that the fact that they put these star cards in the game and decided, hey, let's put a dollar amount on them. That was bullshit. So, thank God they took them out. So right now it's okay, but I just find it funny that they took them out around the same time they're being investigated for gambling now. So,
your point there, Jay. I don't know if you're familiar with Ali, right? Ali is level 12 on GTA. He spent $500, my dude. $500 in shark cards. He has basically every damn thing in the game in terms of businesses, everything to make money.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well.
It is what it is, but it was a fucked up system to begin with. I'm glad that it's not in there now, but buyer beware. If you do get it, don't expect these things not to be turned back on later.
Exactly. That was my point. Exactly.
All right. Here we go. We here for the main event, I think, right? Yeah, we're here for the main event. All right.
Here we go.
This is I think this is what YoungSoul was waiting for.
Here I am.
All right. I'm gonna sum it up in just one statement, and then I'm gonna let y'all take it and see if my shit's wrong, right?
Your shit's wrong.
HellBlade sells on PS4 is dog shit.
You're wrong.
Dog shit.
That shit's weak, bro.
Dog shit, bro. 250K in 3 months. We pissed that shit out on the reg on a PlayStation. Listen, we are not Xbox, all right?
Yep.
We pissed 250K. On 3 months. Are you kidding me?
Wait,
there are games that I can't even pronounce in Japan alone that sell 250K. Are you kidding me? Oh, hell no.
Wait. You got to let me damage control real quick.
Oh, boy.
You got
250K. Listen, hold on. I'm going to let you. But keep this in mind. They said 500K in 3 months, split between PC and PS4. That means 250K in 3 months on a platform with 67 million. Again, there are Japanese games by themselves in just that region that we can't even pronounce that sell 500K by themselves. They don't need the rest of the world to sell 500K. They don't even release it outside of Japan, and them shit sell 500K. Go ahead, take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel.
Okay, hold on.
You gotta
right off the bat. Hold on. Now, first of all, with the Japanese games, they market the hell out of those Japanese in Japan. We cannot expect PlayStation with all the different games that they had out, even the ones that were on PC but weren't on Xbox, they would have had to market. You can't market all of those games to the highest point. Now, while I understand what you're saying as far as 500,000, I get you. But the bigger deal than the number is the fact that the developers are happy with the sales, because that's what's going to ultimately matter about getting sequels with bigger budgets. So while the number,
hold on, let me tag that. Let me tag that. All right.
Here's the thing.
Listen, you could trip over your left fucking foot and sell 250K on this platform. We're talking the PS2. We're talking about the PS2 of the generation. And you're telling me it's gonna take a $10 million blitz to sell 250?
Wait.
You're holding on to the number too much, and you're not holding on to the fact that it's about the reason why we care about sales, or at least the way I say it, because I'll talk about sales in a second on my channel. So I'm all about talking about sales. But it's for the purpose of developers liking the sales enough to keep going with the franchise.
Look what it took. They had to estimate 6 months for profitability. That's not sustainable. Who the fuck does that? Hey, we're gonna
HellBlade an indie game or not?
Listen, we're gonna make a game.
Indie game or not?
Hold on. We're gonna make a game for 3 years, and then we're gonna estimate that it won't be profitable for 6 months from launch. That is luck. That is not the norm. Yeah. They are if they would have done a normal business practice, even for an indie game, their studio will be shutting down this year.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Business practice. 6 months.
But you assume the problem that I have with your argument is you're assuming that they have to hit a certain number, like a different studio would have spent different amount of money or whatever to need profitability sooner, or else they'd shut down. What I'm saying is, before the game even launched, they were putting out these projections because they're doing it based on the marketing, and they know that they're gonna get or not get. They know that their game is gonna come out around something else or what have you. Do I want the game to sell better? Absolutely. I want every game to sell better than it sells. So I'm not sitting here saying I'm glad that it didn't sell more. My whole thing about it is 500,000. They were expecting 500,000 in 6 months. They got 500,000 in 3 months. To me, in my opinion, as long as the developer are happy with the sales or they're happy, I don't care what the exact number is. I just want to keep it so that they keep putting out more. That's all I care about.
But that model's not sustainable.
But it is to them.
No, it's not. Watch. Listen.
You know what model's not sustainable, PUERTOROCK? Lawbreakers. That model is not sustainable.
Let me tell you something. I seen games not even a fraction of the importance of HellBlade.
You don't know what those other games took to get out to the market. You don't know. Put it this way: they know what it took to get their game to the market. They know what it takes for their game to get profitable. And if it's ahead of schedule, then that is sustainable for their game. You're right. That same model may not be sustainable for the next game. But the thing is, the next game is going to have a different set of criteria.
All right,
you can't judge every game by every other game.
There's several factors. There's several factors involved here. We gotta look at the fact that this was a digital game only. Okay, that's one factor. Another factor is that how heavily marketed was this game towards the casual audience, which makes up what 90+% of our exactly. And so the marketing really wasn't there for this game, to be totally honest. And what marketing was out there, what we did see, what gave me an idea of a very niche product. with this whole thing with her being, you know, kind of crazy and everything. Like a lot of people just weren't into that. Like I myself, I thought it looked cool at first, but the more I heard about the game, I just decided I wasn't going to pick it up. The marketing there fell flat, in my opinion.
Yeah, look at Cuphead. Cuphead 3 years of marketing, and this game only had.
I get what you're saying with the marketing.
Games with more bad marketing, I could see 500K, 600K. Listen, this is only 250K. UK alone should have sold 50K by themselves. Listen. Listen, look how much. Hold up! Look how much talk PlayStation guys talked about this game. Imagine what happens when we don't actually give a fuck and no one talks about any other game at all.
Yeah, like Lawbreakers.
This 250K is nothing.
But
it is literally nothing.
But it's nothing compared to compared to what? It's something to them.
Yeah, exactly. Not every.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys.
They have to sell a certain number for it to be profitable.
Exactly.
Here's the thing, guys. You're not realizing. August came, right? Within the month of August, Sony had like freaking 15 games to drop. You had the Uncharted DLC, you had HellBlade,
Lawbreakers,
you had Lawbreakers,
you had Sonic Mania,
Sonic Mania,
Madden.
Man, half them games. Ain't nobody but Lawbreakers.
Everybody's go.
Listen, dog. Stop it, listen, Kratos, you my man, bro. You my man. You my man. Ain't no one gave a fuck about Lawbreakers. That shit is. Listen, Battlefield.
You can even say Lawbreakers had more marketing than freaking HellBlade.
A fuck about Lawbreakers.
No, you can say it had more marketing than HellBlade.
It actually sold less than fucking HellBlade.
That's true.
Battlefield, the developers said,
but Lawbreakers. Hold on.
Matterfall. Let's cut that. Hold on. No. We're gonna finish Kratos' point. Matterfall, cut that game off too, because the developer says none of those games sell.
Yo,
so they're gonna have to have a different strategy altogether.
Yo, you got a super chat.
And Sonic Mania, y'all bucking.
But wait, no.
Everybody got Sonic Mania. That's like $20. You're the only one on Twitter wilding right now. You was the only person on Twitter wilding over this concept. The only person. You was thinking that
we're gonna take this out, bro.
We're taking this out too early, bro.
Hold on, my man. Hold on, my man Lionel. My man Lionel said, "I'm king. I'm Pony King, and I'm saying we taking an L for this one."
Hold on.
They might have done better if they released
here's the thing.
No excuse. Look that up.
PuertoRock, you're taking an L on paper. It's not a real L.
I'm not.
What I mean by that,
it's an L, bro.
What I mean by that is,
let's be real. If this was Xbox, listen, let's be honest. If this shit was Xbox, we would be ripping this game apart, bro.
No, we wouldn't.
Look at Cuphead. Cuphead sold $1 million.
Cuphead was coming out for
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right. Many of us ripped Cuphead, and that shit actually sold $1 million first week.
Yeah. Yo,
that studio was just 2 people.
That was on people.
Stop drinking that goat.
When I go after Xbox, it's because they don't sell enough to make a sequel.
Yo, it's
that
not
is
just
the
that.
point.
That makes hold up. No. With Cuphead, it was just 2 people. They made a killing off that game. Yeah, we still ripped it apart
the whole year.
And we still.
I'm
not trying to hear that.
Xbox only had 2.
I'm not trying to hear that.
They didn't buy Halo Wars and they didn't buy Super Lucky Stick. They only had Wars and Cuphead.
They only have 30 million people.
Guys,
yeah, but they only had 2 games this year.
They don't even got that.
They only had 2 games.
Guys, you're comparing a niche game to a game that had mass appeal like Cuphead.
Yeah, you gotta look at the game.
But if you look at the particular game, the way they portrayed the character and everything, the way they portrayed this game in general to the what audience it did hit, it wasn't a game that spoke to the masses. It was super
indie. It's super indie. Besides, Jay, you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head, Jay. You was talking about 90%.
Bro, but I'm not even damage controlling. I don't give a shit what it sold. I really don't, because I wasn't into the game personally. So I'm not damage controlling it. I'm just saying that the facts are facts. It is a niche title, and it was put out there and portrayed as such.
Let me elaborate real quick. Because this man is drunk off the coquito tonight. I'm telling you, man. Listen, goat milk, whatever it is. a lot. Jay hit it on the head. He said like 90% of the console owners for the PlayStation 4 is casual. So you only got so many hardcore. Listen, look at me. I'm a single dad. I got custody of my kid. I barely have time to game. I'm still on a back catalog from 2016 for games like Doom and what have you. And the games that came out last year that I have to participate in, like Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, and all these other multi-plats. I constantly play Rocket League, Street Fighter 5, mad fighting games, because I'm a fighting game first. That's why I got my PS3, because the Tekken, I thought Tekken was going to be exclusive. I was wrong on that. But freaking looking at it now, last year, or this year, you have Yakuza, you have so many games, Neo, and then in August, you have all these games. It's like, you get to pick so many games out, and you barely have time to finish. And then in August, you're talking about HellBlade. HellBlade is not a sequel to Heavenly Sword or anything like that. So it's a first time IP. It's indie as hell. It's on some psycho nuts. When that game came out, I'm just getting my hands on Until Dawn. You mad because it sells 250,000, but it sells 500,000 overall, and it's doing what it wants to do shorter time than in 6 months, and you complain while Cuphead, not even 300,000 people bought it on a console that supposedly sold over 20 million. You cannot compare the two.
Hold up. Cuphead sold 1 million first week.
Yeah, on what console, bro?
Week 1.
On what console?
Oh, same thing, PC console combined.
Yeah,
it's no different than ours.
And who did it appeal to?
I'm
who did it appeal to?
Nah, but you know, PUERTOROCK, this is where you're wrong.
Apples to apples. PS4, PC combined, 500K in 3 months. Xbox and PC combined, 1 million first week. This is not something we can win, bro.
This is Space Jam Reach, bro. This is Space Jam Reach.
Nobody needs to win.
And here's the thing. This is HellBlade, right? HellBlade's made by Ninja. So this is a known studio. This is not
nobody.
I don't even know their name.
If this company decided that they are good with the numbers they have got,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Who cares? I don't care at the end of the day. If they're happy, I'm happy. Whatever. You know.
I know you're trying to be fair.
So I'm gonna be real then. So from this point on, we can't say shit about Sunset Overdrive because it's stop.
It ain't getting no sequel.
No, listen. Insomniac is happy with what they did. They are willing to.
That's good then.
Right. So from here on out, we can't talk about what you call Sunset Overdrive. Then
yeah, we can.
No, we can't.
Isn't that game of AAA? Isn't that game of AAA? PUERTOROCK. Is that game of AAA?
Insomniac is happy. No. Listen. Listen. You guys said the developer's happy. Insomniac is happy. That's it. And the story.
Hey,
you want an indie to compete with a AAA.
No, I'm not. No, I don't want an indie. Listen. Hold on. I don't know. Listen. No, I don't want an indie. No, I'm not saying that.
Signed up.
That's not the I'm not saying. No, hold on. I'm not saying that the game should compete in indie. I'm not saying that. What you guys are saying is, if the developer's happy, then that's it.
Here's the thing. I personally don't care. I don't care to talk about NPDs ever. I don't give a shit about this stuff. So it's funny to me that this is such a thing here. But I have to say this. With Sunset Overdrive, those guys can't even find somebody to make Sunset Overdrive 2. Okay? Now with this game, with this company, with Ninja Theory, I guarantee the next game they make will be published. I guarantee it.
They publish themselves.
But the thing is,
well, okay, then that's the difference there.
It's not a difference. Listen, Insomniac is happy and they want to make it because the game was successful.
Who's gonna make it for them? Who's gonna make it for them, PUERTOROCK?
They just can't make it themselves. That's it. That's the only difference. Because Microsoft don't want to.
Because who?
It's not about
Microsoft doesn't want to.
Why wouldn't they want to?
It's not
because they're only focusing on multiplayer fucking gas service games.
Nah, it's because nobody bought that shit.
Okay? Why wouldn't they want to do it?
It's because nobody bought that shit.
Microsoft doesn't want to make. Microsoft doesn't want to invest in single player experiences.
I know you trying to be fair, and you don't want. And you trying to be fair.
You can't go and say Microsoft's not invented single player experiences and then pretend that doesn't apply right now.
Yeah, when 300,000 people buy that shit on the Xbox One and then 700,000 buy it on Steam.
Listen,
get the fuck out of here, bro.
If the game was a failure, Insomniac wouldn't want to make it. Why do they want want to produce a
Insomniac
game that's a film.
creators.
They want to make but they have to make money. They have to make.
Guess what? Guess what, Rock? Guess what?
Oh shit!
The publisher, the people.
Yo, these dudes are bugging.
Yo, that does contradict your point though, Porter Rock. You said
PUERTOROCK, you reaching, bro.
I'm reaching. Oh, these dudes are
to
bugging.
make the games are the ones who care about how much it's
You brought on the wrong panel tonight, bro.
Yo, y'all wilding. Y'all wilding. Y'all changing your stance. Y'all changing your stance on the game. You know,
if you change your argument from making profit to them being happy. Nah, if that's
no, J Boy, don't pull no J on me. You guys are saying that. Right now, you guys are saying I didn't say that point.
Argument was
listen, no, stop. You guys made the point. My argument is we shit 250K on a regular basis.
No, but
that's what the game appeals.
I take those shit.
The game does not appeal to people, huh?
And my argument is the people who
with 250K.
And my argument is the people who pay to make the game is happy.
Go down the panel and ask who bought the game. Let's see who bought the game.
I bought it.
I didn't buy this game. It didn't appeal to me.
I did. Even further. You can go even further. When the statistics came out for August digital sales, HellBlade was #1 in UK and it was #2 in the US. So it's not like the game didn't see success within that. It was beating out a lot of the games that was coming out anyway. You know what I mean? They made their profit. That's a good sign.
It came out right in the beginning of August. Right in the beginning of August.
Let me ask you something.
Hold up.
Okay.
Hold up. You said it was #1 UK. How? It's digital only. So UK chart in what? The UK charts we get is physical sales.
No.
That is digital too. They be having some digital.
Yeah, but the ones we always post, it's physical sales. So
no, I'm talking about the digital sales. PlayStation every month they put out the top.
Yeah, on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah, you can't put out with the UK.
Okay,
PlayStation.
So PUERTOROCK, we established that 250K was sold here. Now, what do you think is the issue here? Then let me ask you.
I mean, personally, I think this game didn't attract majority of the thing, and I don't think Ninja Theory is going to be, and Ninja Theory is not going to have a successful. Because let's put it this way, a lot of people talked about this game, whether it's because it's crazy how it's developed, and this is the result: 250K in 3 months. Imagine the next game they make, and everybody's like, to include me, they're going to flop. This model's not sustainable for them.
Yo, but did you watch the dev video that they made?
I made the dev.
They made 13 to like 18 million of this game. And they even donating money. They made their profit, bro. And
they made their profit. And then it was just media coverage. You talking about all people. Nobody was talking about this dog shit like that, man. You bugging. Like, they was talking about Lawbreakers had way more publicity because of the shit that this dude was tweeting over this game. And nobody got Lawbreakers. This game did good compared to Lawbreakers.
No. Lawbreakers had publicity. No, it wasn't even Lawbreakers. It was Cliffy B.
Cliffy B had
we tie that in. No, it's not the same. No, it's not the same. HellBlade had publicity because we were talking about HellBlade. Lawbreakers didn't have publicity because we were talking about Cliffy B and how he's bashing Xbox head. Yeah. That's true. No one was talking about the game. They were just talking about Cliffy B.
HellBlade
was about HellBlade.
HellBlade publicity was like, this game is going to be thought provoking. It was
it was about HellBlade. Cliffy B was just how he treated the Xbox fan base.
But here's my question. But here's what I don't understand with your argument though. You say that Ninja Theory may not come out with a successor to this game, even though they're saying that it's
no. Stop. What I'm saying is this. All right. On PlayStation console, we shit 250. This game should have showed. This shit should have showed much more than 250. All right.
How many hours is this game?
In 3 months, I think it should have been $1 million in 3 months.
But here's the problem. It's not your argument. Here's the
PlayStation alone. And I don't think. Listen. And I don't think that's a fucking a hard stretch. I cannot see a world where we at now with almost 70 million, and this game couldn't sell $1 million on PlayStation alone after 3 months. I can't buy that for $1.
You get
Yakuza 0 is a much better game than this shit. And Yakuza 0 probably hasn't even hit 500,000 in America. So I don't know what you're yelling about. I should be yelling about that.
Listen, Yakuza's been around since the PlayStation 2. That game never sold that much.
Yo, that shit did 500,000 like day one in Japan.
I know listen, Yakuza is what it is. It's been around for decades. It's not a new thing.
And HellBlade is what it is. It's a thought-provoking game, but it's a fucking indie title. You can't be tripping over an indie title.
Did you play the game? That game plays as good. Yo, that game plays better than fucking Rise. It has more gameplay than Rise.
What game don't play better than Rise?
I'm about to boot you off this podcast. Are you stupid? Rise has one attack button, bro.
What game don't play better than Rise? That's what I'm saying. What game don't play better than Rise?
No, he's right though.
I played a one attack button game in a hack and slash was on the NES, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro.
No, wait.
And then that's the game they want people to pay $500 for an Xbox for.
Nobody's
I like
arguing with you about Rise though. Nobody's arguing with you.
These dudes are bugging. That shit has that HellBlade has better gameplay than Rise.
I'm not arguing that point. I'm saying what game doesn't have better gameplay than Rise? Like every game has better gameplay than Rise, bro.
But Rise was $60 and it sold 2 million.
Listen, I'm gonna go purchase HellBlade right now.
It's a flagship title when it came out.
Rise is a piece of shit. Just because it's a big budget, it's a piece of shit.
But it's a AAA game nonetheless. And the reason why Rise 2 ain't coming out is because that shit bombed. It had higher expectations. This is an indie game, bro.
Right.
This is an indie game. What are you tripping for?
Let me
attack the Xbox fanboys real quick. These are the same guys.
It's just a bunch of cars playing soccer.
These are the same guys who said Rise was gonna.
Rocket League is way more fire than this shit. I don't give a fuck what you say. You wilding right now, bro.
But it's an indie game, though. It's an indie game.
But it has way more appeal. You just got done saying it didn't have any damn appeal. So what are you complaining about?
No, that's the point I'm saying. We were hyping this game. This game
was hyping this shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It was media outlets. It had coverage like any other game.
We've been talking about HellBlade for a long time on this motherfucker. I'm in this war like anybody in this motherfucker.
You know what people were talking about in August?
A lot.
You know what people were talking about in August, bro? People were talking about Tekken 7 still. People were talking about Crash Bandicoot and Insane Trilogy still. Injustice 2.
We were talking about how...
But PUERTOROCK, it was the 500,000 people who bought it that were hyping it, so they bought it. I don't understand what you.
Yeah, man, you wilding for no reason, bro.
PlayStation alone, that should have been a million.
Your Hobbyverse is the PlayStation gamers. That's actually the hardcore.
Listen. I don't know about you guys. I don't know how you guys think, but 1 million sales on the PlayStation platform is not a lot. By any means. By any means, it's not a lot.
It is.
How much did Horizon Zero Dawn do? How much did Horizon Zero Dawn do, PUERTOROCK?
Already from the jump, I think it sold like 2 million the first 2 weeks.
2 million? That's it? You talking about you mad over HellBlade, but Horizon Zero Dawn only did 2 million.
The first 2 weeks, I'm saying. Right now, it's over 4 million.
But there you go. That's the point.
Who you think you're talking to, bro? Come on. And then
on top of that, this is a $30 game. That's a AAA game, and this is an indie.
Right.
This is an indie, bro.
And it came out like 4 or 5 months later after that. But that's not the thing though. You're putting your expectations, like indie games are not supposed to sell 1 million on the PlayStation.
Never ever are they supposed to do that.
Have y'all guys even played this game? This game plays better than fucking AAA games.
But it was
and it's $30. And I seen indie games do better than 1 million.
I'm gonna go get it right now.
But not every you know what I'm saying? Not every indie game sells 1 million.
Okay.
Not every indie game is gonna sell 1 million.
And none of them is compared to HellBlade. This game is probably one of the best games in 2017.
Nobody's saying it's not a good game, but it didn't appeal to anybody. Obviously,
that's clear. It definitely didn't appeal to everybody.
It appealed to the 500,000 people who bought it.
I got that right.
Y'all got that right. You took an L on this one tonight. You taking an L on that, bro. You guys over here arguing a mute point. It's a mute point. You taking an L tonight. I'm giving you an L.
No, you ain't gonna. No, bro. Hold up, Super Jamaican, you bugging. Because on a console that shits 250K, there's no damage control in this.
For an indie
There's no damage control. Listen,
the next mechanic will not fall itself 500,000.
I could say total.
The next mechanic, because next mechanic, you could argue next mechanic and Matterfall may be better games than look. Let's look at the Metacritic right now. We can look at the Metacritic. Next mechanic 88, HellBlade 81. Did next mechanic sell 500,000? No. So what are you arguing about right now? There's not even really that much quality in the game overall. It's still an indie. I don't know what you're trying. I don't know what your point is. What you're trying to get across when the developers themselves saying it did okay.
All right, I have an update, guys. The Xbox One X on Amazon is 38, and the Xbox One S is 36.
Man, fuck them basic bitches. We're not talking about
Hold on.
All right. So let me put your point. Go up to the Metacritic.
I got every game that came out this year in front of me right now. What do you want?
Oh no, go. Repeat what you just said.
So HellBlade 81. And then what game was it? It wasn't Matterfall. It was
Next Machina.
Next Mechanica. All right, whatever it is. 88.
Okay. All right. So you ready for my point?
Go ahead.
What's the point?
Sunset Overdrive came out in 2014. Okay. Xbox barely had any sales. It was at 81. So why the fuck did we rag on Sunset Overdrive then?
Because they ain't sell enough to get a sequel.
Why?
It was a AAA game.
It's 2014 and Xbox wasn't selling.
It's a AAA game.
Listen, if the platform isn't selling, what makes you think the game's gonna sell?
What do Xbox gamers play for the most part?
Okay.
Shooters, racers, and whatever the third game is. Shooters, more shooters.
Xbox was getting slaughtered. It wasn't getting the people.
Okay.
So why is Sunset Overdrive getting smashed? And it's not a big game either. It's 81. It's not a big game.
It's still a AAA. It's still a AAA game made by Insomniac.
It's a AAA game that scored like shit. It's an 81 game. Whether you call it AAA or not, it's 81, and it's on a platform that wasn't selling.
Right.
So what's the heart attack?
All right, so how do games like Mass Effect Andromeda sell as much as even though they're multiplayer, they still sell more than these damn indie games, and that shit got a hell of a trash rating.
I can help you because Mass Effect Andromeda is a game that was built off the back of a 90 rated franchise.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There you go, dog.
So Mass Effect, you know what I'm saying? To the side. But as far as Sunset Overdrive, we slammed Sunset Overdrive because number one, Xbox didn't have no damn exclusives, so it should have been all buying that shit. We had tons of fucking games this year.
That's what I'm saying.
No. Stop. No, stop. This is 2014. This is only a couple of months from launch. We didn't have shitloads exclusive 5 months from launch. We only had a couple. This is the beginning of the gen.
Right.
And Xbox is getting his ass kicked. So not a lot of hardware.
The reason why we're bashing Sunset, though, you asked the reason why we bash Sunset, right?
Why?
Okay, because there weren't many exclusives, so everybody should have bought that goddamn game, right?
Why? It's 81. Why should people buy an 81 rated exclusive?
Why the hell did they buy a fucking console if they're gonna buy the fucking games?
For graphics.
I don't mean to butt in, but I gotta go, guys.
You about to play that VR?
Sunset Overdrive had way more marketing.
I'm gonna finish watching this basketball.
Right.
Much bigger.
They brought a school bus to the goddamn.
Wait, hold on. We're not doing that, Jay Barry. We're not gonna retract 3 years of Xbox not having no marketing, and now you're gonna say they had way more marketing.
No, Sunset Overdrive was marketed.
No, it is not. No one gave a shit about that game.
But the point is,
you seen that commercial? Stop playing PUERTOROCK.
You bought the console.
I'm just saying. We picking and choosing. We're using. Here's the thing. If you can't apply your logic across multiple scenarios, then the logic's flawed.
Okay, but my logic
that's the reason why I'm bringing up Sunset Overdrive,
and
now you're bringing up new scenarios.
My logic is I bashed one game that didn't sell enough to get a sequel. Right now, whether you think HellBlade sell well enough, you're not the one who has to finance a sequel. The people who have to finance a sequel think it's all pretty good.
Hey, are we getting a sequel?
The way it's going, the way they're talking, because they like how it's doing.
Yes, how they signed
the game, and you beat the game, PUERTOROCK. Did the game end on a note where it could get a sequel?
Well, I mean,
not really.
No.
So then you probably ain't gonna get no sequel.
But they can do a different game.
I disagree. I disagree with that.
Different protagonist and do some different stuff. That's what I mean. I'm not saying they have to have a sequel to the exact story.
It definitely ended.
I think the only thing the way it ended, like, but all it says is she said at the end, but that's another story.
Well, but yeah, I get that.
The ending is generic.
But that's a different thing than whether or not it sold well enough to get a sequel, whether or not the story ended. My point being, the if the people who make and fund the game think that it's ahead of schedule,
hold on,
then the likelihood of them making a sequel is high because it's doing better than we thought.
Hey,
does anybody know how many sales The Last Guardian did? Because they had a higher Metacritic than this HellBlade game.
Last
Guardian, wait, before you get there, the last thing, the point is, if a business thinks something is selling well, they're likely to make the next version of it, the next iteration of it. They will continue trying to sell more of it, whether it be that game, DLC, or another game like it. If there could be a sequel to it in the store, if they can write one, great. If they could do some other character or do some other person's name. My point is, if they like how it's going. So when I go back to Sunset Overdrive, if Microsoft liked how it was going, they would have already paid Insomniac.
Hey, yo, wait, hold on for a second. Did you guys buy the game?
I bought it. I haven't downloaded it. I did buy it.
HellBlade? I bought it.
I
bought it day one,
but I didn't download it
and not have bought the game.
I bought it day one, and I beat it.
I didn't get it day one, but I did get it like a week or so later.
What is it? Like an 8-hour game?
Yeah,
it's about 7.
7-hour game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be free on PSN, and then we could when it come out free on PSN, then we could talk about that. Listen, man, I think you got wild up for no reason whatsoever, man. Because like I said, you was like the only person after they announced that who was actually like surprised about these results.
Right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Nobody else had any outrage, bro.
I mean, that's you. Look at Knack. Knack launched with nobody having no crazy expectations, and then look, we got Knack 2. Nobody really saw anything happen with Knack. So
and Knack 2 flopped, but that was expected. That's what that's true.
Well, but all I'm saying is, I go by if the publisher, if the people who are tasked with possibly making a sequel or making the next game or whatever the case may be, if they like what's going on, anyone else can hate it, but they're the ones who make the decisions. And going back to Sunset, it's Microsoft who has to decide to make it. And if it's sold well enough, I don't care if it's single player, multi. I don't give a damn what it is. If it made enough for them to make money off of, God damn it, it's Microsoft. They're gonna try to jump.
Nah, that's not the Microsoft we have. They
don't want to make money.
No, they don't want to make like little just profitable money. They want to make big money. They want to.
If they thought
every game they're pushing is games as a service. That's what.
Do you know how much Uncharted Lost Legacy sold? Because they had an 84 on Metacritic. Do you know how much that sold? Because I heard people ain't buy that game either.
Well, yeah, but that I would say that's attributed more because it doesn't have Nathan Drake. That's like buying Batman, but you're gonna play as Catwoman.
Are you saying a female lead is less appealing than a male lead?
No,
is that
what I'm saying is? No, what I'm saying is if I buy Batman, I'm playing as Batman. I'm not playing as Robin.
Yo, I'm pulling at your heartstrings tonight, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm playing that, but am I right though? If you play Uncharted, who do you expect to play as?
You want to play Nathan Drake.
If you play Halo, who do you expect to play as? If you play God of War,
you didn't play Master Chief in Halo 5. You played as Locke.
No, exactly. And notice it was one of the lowest selling games. A lot of people complain about. Who the fuck was to play as Locke?
I thought it's so great.
Get the fuck out of here. Compared to other Halos?
No, hold on. Compared to other Halos, it didn't sell as good.
Because you played as Locke.
Maybe if you compare it to HellBlade, yeah, it's so good.
No, but the marketing for that game was phenomenal. You were supposed to have an epic battle between Locke and Master Chief in that game.
That game is dog shit, bro. I beat that game. I'm like, this is a waste of time of my life.
I didn't play
that shit was a waste of time, bro. That shit was a waste, bro. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing in this game?
I agree.
I don't know, dude. I don't
dog shit.
I don't necessarily agree with like judging everything by having to sell the same number. That's what I just don't. I think every one of them is dependent upon.
I can see that if we're talking 2-3 million sales and stuff like that.
No, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Yes, it does, because there's them fucking games that you squirt fucking girls with fucking water guns sell like
PUERTOROCK. When they was talking about this game, they was talking about it having like half a AAA budget. They was giving you a AAA presentation in an indie game. That's how this game was marketed, but it was still an indie game. So I really don't want to hear about this astonishment with the numbers from PlayStation console owners when I don't see nobody picking up Gundam Versus and getting excited about it. Not too many people is supporting all these consoles. Nobody's like hyping up everybody's golf. I don't think 1 million people in America bought Yakuza Kiwami, Uncharted Lost Legacy like that.
Nope.
I mean, Matterfall, Lawbreakers, Final Fantasy 12.
One of them games.
I know you did, Jabari. That's why I don't get mad at you, because you a gamer at the end of the day. But I don't think too many people bought Wipeout Omega Collection. I mean,
I think that game probably sold better than HellBlade.
There's still people like your man K Mega hating on Persona 5, even though it did well.
That's true.
Well, it's funny. Persona 5 actually sold what, 2-3 million?
Yeah, but he's mad because it sold between a PS3 and a PS4, and it's still a niche title at the end of the day. But it's an amazing game, one of the highest rated exclusives that came out this year, not to mention a Game of the Year contender.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think you're bugging, dude. I think you're bugging. You looking at why it should sell more on a percentage of install base, but developers don't give a shit about a percentage of install. If they hit a certain number, and every game has a different number, they all ain't got the same numbers. And so if it hits a certain thing where the people who make the decisions are happy, they're the ones who decide on getting more games.
Yeah, if the investors are happy and if they hit their projected numbers, they're fine.
I think PUERTOROCK is the one who funded this game because he's the Titans right now.
Listen, there is no investors. It's 20 people, and they make
okay. Then that's even better.
And they set an expectation to wait 6 months for profit.
Right.
Yeah.
So what? Are they on EBT in the meantime and shit? What are they doing?
I thought the dudes from Cuphead was on EBT.
What are we doing here?
Like sell their cribs just to make that game.
You're gonna wait 6 months. You're gonna wait 6 months for profit. Yo, you on welfare and shit. Like what do you do until you hit the 6 month mark?
But the problem
that's crazy. Their expectations up, but they set them up and they beat them. I don't understand what we are arguing about.
This is a mute point. I think the EA was really the meat and potatoes of the night, and I think this is hyped up to be more than what it wants to be.
The meat of the potato is 250K sales is dog shit.
Well, all I can say,
yo, you really like this game, PUERTOROCK.
I love this game, but 250K,
bro. That's why you over here catching feelings, and there's nothing to catch feelings about, bro. It's an indie title.
I swear to God, Jay Barry, I swear to God, if I see a news report that Knack 2 sold 500K, I'm gonna fucking block you on Twitter. I'm not even gonna talk to you no more, bro. I'll be happy. I know you'll be happy. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm done.
Yo, Jabari, this guy got me wanting to hit the Ray and Nephew rum right now.
I'll be like, yo,
I'm trying to bug out like PUERTOROCK tonight, man.
Oh my God. No. Anyway,
I understand what PUERTOROCK is coming. I would love to see HellBlade sell much more than that.
Every one of us do. It's a PlayStation exclusive. You could get it on PC. We happy it's not on Xbox, but I mean,
even PC gamers didn't even buy this shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
5 million. I love for every game to sell 5 million, 10 million, right? But if the people who are making the business decisions say it's good, I don't know why we arguing. That's like saying, "Oh man, our stock is way up," but because it didn't hit PUERTOROCK's numbers, I guess. I
think Ninja Theory is damage controlling, bro. Because I just can't see.
Wow. Well, I don't know. If they just saying it just to say it, then that's a different story. But I'm taking them at their word that they say.
I don't believe them, bro. Because on the real, you're gonna wait 6 months for profitability. On an indie game too? Oh man! The thing, y'all eating a grilled cheese cooked by an iron.
But
like for real, bro.
If Ninja Theory was really trying to, if they were trying to damage control, they wouldn't be putting this stuff out there. They would just be quiet, like every other company does when they have a game that fails. They don't come out with articles talking about how they were happy and they met their, they exceeded their expectations. They don't come out and say that when they're wrong.
Right? We haven't heard anything thus far, so obviously they had to have hit something for them to actually make that kind of speech. So I agree with you, Jay. I don't really see what the big deal is, man.
The game just made it in time for them to pay their mortgage, and I kicked out for Christmas. That's what happened.
On a scale of 10, PUERTOROCK, what is this game to you, man?
Oh, fucking the game! I give it a 9.
It's good.
Okay, see,
I
it
got
could
to
be.
download. I might have to play
This is an
it.
emotional thing for the rock.
It could be a great game.
Yo, when
It
you
could be
play
a
this game,
great
you gotta play this shit with a
Most
headset, bro.
With the way you
Wait, I got to do what now? When I play the game, do what?
You gotta play with a headset. Do not play
Okay,
it using TV speakers.
Okay, headset. Okay,
It has to be
Could
with a
be-
guaranteed.
You know what? It could be a great game, but at the end of the day, like honestly, it's a niche title that was not really marketed to the masses. A lot of people were confused by it, you know, because if you just look on Google, a lot of people are like, I'm trying to figure out what this game is about anyway.
Yeah,
you know?
people are asking themselves, is it for them? And a lot of people said it's not for them.
I'm gonna tell you, if fucking Super Lucky tells, I'll sell this shit. I'm gonna blow the
so
fuck up,
big
bro.
on Super Lucky Tail. Let me tell you something.
Let Disney fucking Adventures in 4K. I'll sell.
Wait, let me ask you. Wait,
see how fast I'll blow the fuck up. I'm gonna declare. Listen,
let me
brother.
ask you-
I'm gonna declare a jihad.
Super Lucky's
on
Tale is
YouTube.
still a AAA title.
I'm gonna declare a jihad on this.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Puerto Rico. Okay, so let's say.
Oh man, this podcast is lit.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Puerto Rico. Okay, so let's say, let's say that the Ninja Theory is correct with what they're saying. They're being honest, and that it's above schedule, it's beyond schedule, and they're looking to make something else out of this IP into something bigger. But let's say Super Lucky's Tale sells more, but Microsoft is like, it didn't do what we needed to do, so forget it. Which one do you think which one takes the win and which one takes the loss?
Well, obviously, you know, if they keep making games, I'm all good with that.
Thank you. That's all I need to hear.
But I'm gonna still be pissed the fuck off that shitty game sold more. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck are you gamers thinking?
Okay.
Like, what are you thinking?
I'm not here to really argue it. I just want to make sure you want it to sell well enough to make some sequels.
Okay. Man, I'm telling you, PlayStation Nation, wake the fuck up, bro.
Nah, PlayStation Nation really do need to wake up. They still need to go out there and buy Yakuza 0. They still need to go out there and buy Neo. You know how many people haven't bought Neo and played Neo or Horizon Zero Dawn yet? Nier Automata.
Y'all is holding PlayStation to the wrong criteria. See, PlayStation, what they do is make sure they get out and put out different type of games that won't be mass appeal, but it'll get a certain target audience to come into their ecosystem.
And that's the reason people bought the PS4, because they know it has an extensive portfolio from the PS1, the PS2, and the PS3. They know the games is coming. It may not sell a ton, but you're gonna have the option to play those guns.
You're not going to get but that's why you're not going to get the Neos way up here and the HellBlade selling way up here, is because they actually go. It's like Xbox will, or at least attempt to drop something big in the center of the room to try to expand out to the whole room. PlayStation goes and drops everything to make sure they get in all the different corners of the room. So the people,
how many of y'all think Ghost of Tsushima is really going to sell?
Ghost of Tsushima is going to sell well. It's they're pushing it. That's going to sell well.
I think the way they market it, I think it's
the way it's marketed. The thing is, they didn't market HellBlade the way like Cuphead was marketed.
Yeah,
Cuphead was marketed 3 years before it was even released.
Right.
I don't remember the marketing for it. I don't remember no commercials on TV. None of that.
There was a lot of
no, not for Cuphead, but for HellBlade. I don't remember anything.
It was only a one-time thing. Like when you got it on, when it was on the I know everybody remembers this. When it was on the sale for PSN. That was like the only advertisement you saw for it. When it was like,
and I think they might have done some at like PlayStation Experience or something.
Yeah,
I think they did something where they like did a developer diary or had the devs go up and talk about it or whatever. But Cuphead was brought up constantly.
Yeah, 3 years before it was even released. And
how many times was Cuphead canceled again?
Not once. I don't think it was canceled. Was it?
Wasn't it pushed back?
No, it was. They pushed it back because they added more stuff.
Bad publicity is better than no publicity, and publicity sells no matter what, man.
Yeah, they had to push it back because it was just a boss battle.
And to be honest, it was still pretty much just a boss battle. Pretty much. It wasn't all that different.
Yeah, but a game like Cuphead doesn't have anything on a game like, what's the game that came out, Jabari, where it was all boss battles? Fury. Fury is way better than Cuphead, if you ask me. I don't want to play no Cuphead when I could play Fury. And did that game sell well? You should be mad that Fury didn't sell anything compared to HellBlade. Nobody's talking about Fury.
They gave it away free with Fury went first.
Who are we talking about? What? Furry?
That game, the game Fury.
The fuck is that?
You never played Fury?
What are we talking about? I never heard of that.
You call yourself
Who made
PlayStation
it? All right.
Nation.
Hey, nah, I got it. They gave it away free.
Yeah,
And nobody's still
Cuphead was
nobody's still talking about that.
They gave it away. Yeah, I got it on PSN. Yeah, PSN Plus again. Hey, Daniel J, my man, super chat. He's asking a question for the panel. He said, if loot boxes get banned now, do you think publishers will raise the price of games from 60 to 80 in order to make a profit? What are your thoughts?
Yes. They probably will.
I mean, either
and
way,
we would still buy them.
Going to try to do something.
I don't.
Most likely they will. They'll try to sell you the DLC in a way. They'll probably do that. So
you know,
yeah, they do it now with deluxe edition.
I don't think a lot of games are ready for that.
A lot of people are bugging about that whole thing. If they were to get rid of loot boxes, look, I don't think they're going anywhere personally. I think they're here to stay. Now, they might be regulated a certain way if they're found to be gambling. It might be an 18+ thing, or it might be some other scenario there with loot boxes themselves. But I really don't think these microtransactions are going away, guys. Let's be honest. I don't like them personally, but naive as a gamer. You know, this stuff is here to stay. It's billions of dollars of revenue every year for these companies. They're not going to get rid of them. However, there is ways to get to do this. So if we're talking about if loot boxes themselves were taken out completely, if that hypothetical there, that question, let's just take that on face value. We take them away. There's still other ways they're making billions of dollars every year. The DLC, season passes, paying for specific items for a specific dollar amount. There's all kinds of things they could do there. You know, I've shared this video several times on Twitter, and I want people to go look at it. It's by a guy on YouTube named Tarmac who did a lot of research into this, looked at what these companies were making, because some companies do have their financials out there, and he took all this into consideration, put a video together that is excellent, and it's called let me get it here. It's called "Video Games Are Not Too Expensive to Make." Okay. It's an awesome video, and he talks all about this stuff, and it's eye-opening stuff, man. It shows you that these companies are definitely making money on the $60 price tag alone, guys. These microtransactions are icing on the cake. So we have to take all that into consideration here. These guys that are running around Twitter and YouTube making videos where they don't do any research at all, telling you, hey, you know, we're going to be paying $90, $100 a game if they get rid of this stuff. They're just repeating corporate speak. They're not actually doing research. This guy did some homework, okay? That's the video to watch. And sure, at the end of the day, you have to do your own research too, make sure, you know, checks and balances there. But look, they're making money. I've done a little research myself on these games. They're making money. You got
so Franz, when you say microtransaction, isn't that just another way of saying DLC? Don't we spend money on DLC anyway? So isn't that some sort of microtransaction within a game?
Some people view that as the same thing, but I don't. I think a well thought out, executed DLC is well worth your money. I don't mind paying, you know, $20, $30 on something that's giving me, you know, 8 to 10 hours of gameplay that's really good. There's nothing wrong with that with DLC. Microtransactions are skins, guns, loot boxes, all that little stuff you can buy within game. But we just need to have those regulated, you know. I think that they're not going to be going away, but they need to be regulated. These companies need to be checked, and we need to understand we can't have shit like Battlefront II. We can't have that kind of shit. Pay to win, free to play business model. We can't have any of that shit. So, yeah, for Daniel J, dude, they're not really going to go anywhere, man. But you know, we just got to make sure we got to stay vigilant as gamers and stand and speak with our wallet, basically.
Yeah, facts. I don't disagree. I don't have a problem with skins. But yeah, the overall that system and I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I was extremely disappointed with how they did the gaming community. So I'm one of the people that pounded Bob Iger's email account, and hopefully he listened. My understanding is that phone call to EA. This is with that big tall guy that came out for when they announced the Anthem game. That conversation, they said, lasted about 45 seconds. And it was, here's what you're going to do. We're going to, because they're going full bore with Star Wars starting Monday. Okay. So their junkets start up on Monday. So they didn't want to hear this stuff. And you had the actors and actresses that did the mocap and acting, they really didn't want to even go to the launch events because they thought they were going to get booed and people, they didn't know. So yeah, Bob Iger made a pretty much a 1-minute phone call to these guys, and bam, but it was gone. It was gone. So
it's funny though. I think that with the situation, I don't totally disagree with people spending their money how they want to spend their money. Yeah. So let's say, there's a specific item you may want. They should let you buy that specific item. I mean, this goes back to the horse armor in Oblivion, when people bought that dog shit. I bought it myself. I didn't know what it was. That was my first experience with, microtransactions. And but if people want to spend their money on this shit like that, that is fine. But I don't want any pay to win situation or any free to play business models.
It shouldn't affect any gameplay. Yeah,
cosmetics, sure.
Exactly. That's it.
Cosmetics only. Yeah, I spent a lot of money on the game Sleeping Dogs. I must have bought the game twice, and I purchased all the DLC. I loved every aspect of it. I will pay any amount of money for anything I think is good in the game. But if it has an online component, it shouldn't affect gameplay. I agree 100%.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay. I guess we're at the tail end of the show. Yeah, man, we're gonna go down the line. Right. Craig Harris, what's going on, brother? Shout yourself out.
Harris, follow me on Twitter. Check me out in a few minutes on a comic book movie show, and so we're gonna see how that goes. But enjoyed it. This was the real Justice League, ladies and gentlemen. That fake Justice League is at the movie theater.
Oh shit!
That's a good movie. That ain't
shots.
Shots fired.
Yeah,
I like that movie.
It made $94 million. Yeah, it was.
You're a DC fan, aren't you, Fonz?
I'm a DC and Marvel fan. I like comic book movies, bro. You know what? There's rarely a comic book movie that comes out that I don't like. There's a few out there.
I heard the comic fans really liked the movie because it actually stayed true to like the comics, so that's why the enthusiasts really liked it. But
it's good. It's good.
Yeah, but it's getting crucified because it didn't have proper build up like the Avengers movies.
Yeah. Who said that?
It's getting crucified because it's not Marvel, bro. Come on.
That's
Marvel
DC.
I mean, Marvel it had a choppy story, and yeah, you did have 2 years of DC fanboy. Again, if you think the whole Xbox, if you think the whole Xbox fanboy from Sony, nah, you go into that DC Marvel fanboy. I mean, that is
oh shit.
That is lethal. I mean, right now the Marvel fanboys are tap dancing on the DC grave. But real quick, Craig Harris, check me out on Twitter. Play your games, guys. Like I said, I have a Pro, and I was lucky to be alive, and I got an Xbox X. Both good consoles. Just enjoy the games. If Xbox S does a little bit more, if that's what you want, nothing wrong with that. Pro, you still got those exclusives, and with PSX coming in a couple of weeks, so see more games. Hopefully, Microsoft brings out, like Jay Fon said, they bring out some bangers on the on that home front, and let's see what they do. I mean, I'm excited for their future. Hopefully, they get together for us.
All right, my man Jay Fons, thank you for stopping by, brother.
Hey, yeah, thanks, man. You can find me at Jay Fonzarelli here on YouTube or Jay Fonzarelli on Twitter. And yeah, that link to that guy's video, I'll have it in my Twitter feed. You'll see.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
check that out.
It's a great video. Every time I send it to certain people that are arguing with me, they usually shut up after that.
There you go. Definitely want to see that.
But he does a lot of research, and that's what I like. I like guys that actually do some damn research before they speak on issues, man. I love it.
All right. My man Jay Bari.
Yo, man, it was a pleasure. Enjoyed the show. Enjoyed the whole arguments. I could have probably went on for 2 more hours doing this stuff. But yeah, man, just enjoy your games. Make sure you go buy a PlayStation if you don't have one yet. And trust in VR. If you're gonna buy PlayStation VR, buy Farpoint with an aim controller. You're gonna have a great time. But I'm out of here.
All right, my man Ryan.
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Your boy Ryan, the professional here. Massive shout out to everybody who came by, enjoyed the show. Nice to meet Jay Fonz, Craig, everybody. It's good to see Super Jamaican again. Appreciate you inviting me back in here. PUERTOROCK, have fun. And at the end of the day, man, we're gamers by choice, not by trend. So, you know what I'm saying? We need to stop this fanboyism. That's all this at the end of the day.
All right. And we got my man Shaba Ranks.
Yo, shout out to Puerto Rock for inviting me on again tonight, man. I need 250,000 PlayStation guys to go out and buy HellBlade tonight so we can shut this man up before he drinks himself to death on Coquito. Before he drinks himself to death on Coquito. But nah, shout outs to everybody on the panel, Bari, Fonz, Ryan, everybody. Appreciate having the conversation tonight. I'm gonna try to start my channel up. We'll be talking some sports, we'll be talking some anime, and we'll be talking it and keeping it gaming 100%. Everybody keep it gaming, just like my man Jabari would say.
Yep, right, no doubt.
Respect to everybody.
Respect gaming.
My man YoungSoul.
Yo, you can hear me?
It's been we can hear you.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's YoungSoul, youtube.com/YoungSoul Gaming. Look, I'm just trying to be on here because you was talking about that HellBlade. So that's how I man. Get on here for that. Everything else was cool, but hey, I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate being able to talk out with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Get to some good YouTube, get to some good PlayStation talk, Xbox talk, Nintendo talk. Look at gaming. I love it.
What's up?
Appreciate it.
No doubt. Anyway, this is your host, PUERTOROCK77. To the chat, to everybody viewing, thank you so much.
Last thing.
Oh, so go ahead.
Next gen, I'm waiting for that debate, my homie. Where you at?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! We could do this on my channel.
DMP podcast Friday. I see everybody there.
There you go. All right. Hey, again, PUERTOROCK77. I'm your host. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to hit the like button. Hey, I want to wish everybody, if I don't get to talk to y'all, happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all have a safe holiday. And then one last thing, HellBlade sells his dog shit.